rinse my feet. I walk out, I'm able to carry your peace. It reminds me of a song that I heard long ago. Maybe I've always known that you were right there. A simple melody playing over and over in my dreams. But somehow out of reach, eluding me until I release. You come close to me when I release, and I let you take the lead when I release. My heart starts to see when I release. When I release, you said, come to my garden, eat from my tree, step in my river, let it take you deep. Your heart is my temple, your tears rinse my feet. You walk out, you're able to carry my peace. It's an ancient sound heard from the ones who came before. Now it's here once more to pierce your soul. A simple melody playing over and over in your streets, like a whirlwind turning things, tearing out the dark. That's where I release, and my heart starts to sing when I release. I let you take the lead when I release. You come close to me when I release. When I release, it's all in your feelings. It's all how I receive your sound. All in your feelings, your emotions, they find me out. It's all in your feelings. It's all how I receive your sound. All in your feelings, your emotions, they find me out. When I let it go, when I let it go, then I let it go. I let it all go now. I let it go. Hey, now I let it go. I let it go. I let it all go now.
sir. We are live. Peace and blessings to all the young lions out there. It's Tuesday night, and we are not centered, man. Yo, we got to center that camera, Jake. Peace to the young lions. Thank you guys for watching. We're here. It is Tuesday evening. We're at True Sound Studios in Camden, New Jersey, our home base. And it's Tuesday night, so we got to do another episode of Young Lion TV where we just, talk about what's going on in the world today. Talk a little junk, have a little fun. Got the fellas with me this evening. Let's go. You're watching Young Lion TV.
Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and stop fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding. Young lion.
Man, that intro never gets old.
Nope.
Every time it comes on, I love it, man. Man. I'm glad we're here. Another week. A lot of stuff going on in the world. We got to talk about, things that are happening. But I got Moan with me.
The hit apps. What's up?
Yeah, I got Stan with me.
What up?
I got Jake with me, of course.
Hey guys.
Hey, that
And-
graphic came up perfect.
You know what I'm saying? And then we talk about graphics. Speaking of graphics, the graphic man over there with the smile on his face, John
I'm a
over there.
graphic man.
Oh, no lumber, huh?
No, that's
No,
what, but look
I
at
got
the
it
hoodies.
lumber.
But look at the hoodies though. Yo, look at the hoodies. I said it earlier. I said, y'all be having the same little swaggy boy. Because
Swaggy
John's
boy.
always rocking.
I want to
the
be like my
lumberjack.
big brother.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Y'all
I didn't talk to him.
Y'all be calling
Jake, what
each
are you
other,
wearing
Yo,
today?
what's your drip today, bruh? What's your drip? Let's be on the same drip game, bruh.
None of us are thinking that hard.
I know,
yeah,
about
that's
any
funny.
of it. It's just funny. It's funny.
That is hilarious.
Because we always look alike because we're always wearing black and stuff.
Yes.
But
Well, today I'm not wearing
yeah,
black
but,
hat.
But
I'm
I'm
funny
saying,
because I was gonna wear the lumberjack.
Adidas hat.
yo, y'all would have been
Same Adidas
twins,
hat.
bro.
Then I took
If
it
he
off.
wore his lumberjack jacket,
Yo.
y'all would have been twins.
If it was a little colder.
Yeah,
You got it.
yeah, it was a little warmer out today. Man, today was I was loving the weather the last 2 days, man. Like it feels like spring's about to come.
It's
Yeah.
a little chilly today.
Today was chilly, but not
Yeah, it
freezing.
wasn't-
Yeah, not
you know
freezing.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It was still hoodie weather.
yeah.
Monday was hot.
Yeah.
Monday wasn't hot, but
What was my...
No.
Oh, no. Tuesday. What's today? What?
It was
Compared
Monday. Monday
to-
was
Tuesday,
75.
compared to winter,
Yeah,
it was.
Dude,
Oh,
it was
It was
hot.
It was
75
70,
yesterday.
Y'all be
75,
forgetting
yeah.
what hot really is when the summer
I
comes.
was in
Oh,
short
yeah,
sleeves
yeah.
and I was sweating. That's
Nah,
why.
It was,
it was
like
nice
San
out.
Diego weather yesterday.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
No, I was.
it was nice. Except for the rain.
It was nice out. Yeah.
It was nice. Sunday was nice too, right?
Yeah,
Sunday was nice.
but
I
it
was
was
in shorts.
raining.
Rain.
I was
It
in
was
short
raining,
sleeves.
yeah.
It was getting rained on at soccer.
Here and there, it was raining.
No,
Yeah.
Noe won his home opener.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
4-2, right? Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Noe. And Jakey won his too, right?
No.
I thought you said they won.
No,
They tied, right?
Oh, they tied.
tied.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny at the birthday party. You know, because you told us a story about. Daddy, can I get Roblox? Can I get Roblox if I score four goals?
You like, you know what, son? Yes. You get all the Roblox.
And I
Son,
was messing with him. He was so embarrassed. I was like, Jakey, did you score 4 goals? He's like, no. But you believed in yourself, right? And then he looked at me like,
that's why he was going extra hard. You should tell him that every time. You score 4 goals, you can
That's
get
the
Robux.
incentive,
Yeah.
if he
Nice.
score four goals, I get some Roblox.
I'll buy him Robux.
Yeah,
if he
let's
score
all go
4
in
goals.
on
You
it.
chip in.
It's funny though because when we went, it's doubly funny because before I went to the party, I went to get Noah some Roblox.
So you made out there because we
So-
got him the same thing.
Yeah, so I
And he's
went
loving it.
to get him Robux. I'm like, and I'm looking at Jakey because
He looking like,
I'm like, Jakey,
me?
this is not for you. and
rub it in a
then,
little bit.
so then when I'm there and I grab him the card, right after that, guess who I see? Here comes Jamie.
Yeah. I was in there.
That's what you got him to?
No, I just gave him money. But
okay.
I was actually in there picking up Liz from work. But while I was there, I was buying him a card. So I just put some cash in it for him.
Nice.
So we ended up leaving at the same time.
Yeah.
He made out, man. All these gift cards. He had a lot of money too.
I
Yeah.
bet he did, man.
Yeah.
Kids had such a good time. They haven't done stuff like that in a while. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
It's like the first maskless, like
yeah.
That's kind of why I wanted to do it. Like, you know.
Yeah. Not have to worry about
Let
it.
them have fun.
Yeah.
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 Let me give a shout out to everybody in the chat because we got a lot of people saying what's up. Ariana, what's up, Ariana? One of the female young lionesses out there. Emma is one of our Patreon young lions. Shout out to him. What's up, Emma? He said, "Good evening, guys." Jessica, our cousin Jessica Montanez said, "Go Jake."
Hey,
Mom chimed in. We got that's Simone. Naomi said, "Good evening, family." What's up, Naomi?
Damn, I don't get a read.
I already gave you your shout out. Of course, George said, "What's up, fam?" What's up, George?
What's up, George?
what's up, everybody?
Waiting for George to be a Patreon member. You know, just waiting.
Was he on here last week?
He
I don't
been
think
on here
so.
every
He's
week.
on every week.
He's been on
was
here
he?
every week. You know,
I thought he
making
missed.
his jokes. Simone's not looking nude today. He's got his black pants on.
It's got Tim's on though.
I know, man.
Throwback.
I
They're
never.
old.
Yo, the funny thing is, like,
Yeah,
I've
still got
totally
mine, too.
forgotten about wearing Timbs, but every time I see someone wearing them, I'm like, man, I want some Timbs because they do. They just look so
crispy,
clean,
man.
right? They always look so
Nostalgic.
clean.
But I hated it. You know how I am, like,
Yeah.
well, how I was,
Yes.
like with clothes, and dude, I used to hate buying like you know you're hype at first, but
Yeah.
then it's like any little mark,
Yep.
just like really.
That was the
And you gotta have
gift
a
and the
eraser
curse
with-
of brand new Timbs.
We
Yeah.
joke about that all the time. Like when you get your crispy Air Force Ones, you walk on the
Oh,
hallways like
still.
not bending your feet.
right.
Yeah, and for those watching, like that know Jake, the now Jake, you don't know the clothes obsessed Jake that we know that everyone in this room knows. That's a different guy. But yeah,
I used to steal his clothes out the closet.
we both did. I never had to buy clothes because I would just go steal all his.
Hey, we had people climbing through windows.
Yeah,
stealing our clothes.
right.
Terrible.
Oh God.
But I remember like the one thing I always hated about, and maybe this was just me because I had big feet. Like when I would buy my Timbs and I would have to sit in the back of somebody's car. You know how this?
Oh,
I would always
No.
have to. Is that all
Yes.
y'all too? Like you had
Dude.
to put your feet in a way
Yeah.
so they don't get
They
scuffed
don't
on the
touch-
seat
yeah.
in front of you.
Under-
Because
Oh
we all
my-
had small cars.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yo,
have
you're-
SUVs.
You're just bringing back flashbacks, like, especially when we would like, when we were selling CDs. 'Cause
Yeah.
we were wearing Tim's selling
Yup,
CDs.
yup.
And I just remember like there was. I'm not gonna go into who it was, but there was one guy who would always just adjust his seat right on you.
Right onto the
Yeah.
Timbs.
I was
Yeah,
like,
we
I know.
all know who that is.
I used to take my my Timbs off if I sat in the back seat.
Did you?
Actually. Yeah.
Wow.
That was serious, man.
It's a good
That
idea.
was some serious times, man.
Serious and pointless.
Yeah. Yeah. All for nothing.
Roxanne DeBruce said, "Hey guys, so good to see you. I'm not sure if
Roxanne.
you remember me, Roxy D. Refresh our memory where we would know you from, but the name sounds familiar." Ariana said, "You still waiting for me to join too?" Yes, we are, but we know you're Ariana. How long did it take her to drive to one of our shows? Ariana has loved us for years.
at Stockton, where she was like 15 minutes away
Right.
for her to come to a show.
She can look at it.
We-
yeah.
She'd be like, "When are you gonna do a show close to me?" Like, yo, we got a show in Blackwood. That's far.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm definitely going to join. My hours got cut at work, so money has been tight."
Well, hopefully it opens back up.
Well, we pray for you right now that God increases you, and that's all the reason to give.
Yeah.
Because when it's tight, like what I know, that's something I learned. Like when it's tight, give.
We've been talking about that
Yeah.
at church the last
Yeah.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just
Give.
how sometimes in those moments where you feel like it's tight and you don't have it, when you can give in those moments, God honors that.
Yeah.
Your ability to show love and honor to something that you respect or you want to support or you get fed by,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's a delicate thing though.
Give with
you know?
joyful
Yes,
heart.
because you don't want to give because you feel like you got to give.
Yeah.
Right.
And we don't want nobody giving that can't do it. You know what I mean? Like this is not about that. Like we genuinely love and appreciate all the support that anyone gives us, all of our Patreon members.
Yeah.
And literally, I tell you, this is not, cap or anything. Everything that we get, we buy equipment, we get new cables, we get pieces for the cameras. Like we spend our own money on a lot of this stuff. So it's like a lot of all the money that you guys give us, we just put back into this thing, and we're just going to continue to do that so that we can make it better and constantly, build on it. So,
Yeah, we appreciate you guys just
even the
coming
time.
on here.
Yeah, exactly. That's big. Giving up time just to listen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ashley. She's on here.
Ashley, what's up? Ashley, she didn't write a
She
comment.
said,
though,
hey,
Oh, she did?
with a wavy.
What's up, Ash?
Hey, Ash.
But speaking of supporting and speaking of all that stuff, we got to give a shout out to John with all of his great graphics that have been flashing on the screen as we talk about it. And if you guys want to support, listen, we have a Patreon. We've been talking about the Patreon members. You can go on there. You can become a member, patreon.com/youngliontv. There you go. I like, see, the bro is on it. He put the little subscribe, John. Here, I'm going to pull it up just so you guys can see what it looks like.
You can drag your
I don't know,
mouse
it's because
over.
I'm a fat dude. Every time that comes on, it looks like a plate and a fork to me. I'm like, is that a plate and a fork?
Yo, he talking
But it's
trash.
not.
He talking trash on your graphics, John.
That's the Patreon logo, man.
I was gonna say.
Is it?
I see.
Only
the P.
you would see that.
I see the
Like,
P actually.
Like, who else sees that?
You are fat.
Who else sees that on the comment?
Yo, the rendezvous is in the text chat that I sent you.
Okay, cool.
And then can you send me the title so I can fix it in the stream?
Got you. Oh, yeah. Shout out to everybody. If you're watching on Twitch, we're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook right now. So, it's always good to shout out the people watching on the different platforms. I'll send you that right away. I'm trying to pull up our Patreon, but right now here we go. Boom. So this is our Patreon right here, Young Lion TV. You can check it out, and there's different tiers if you want to sign up. They all come with different benefits that you will have access to. And we're constantly thinking of new ways to give people access. We gotta, we're brainstorming ideas. There's some stuff that we've been talking about doing that we're gonna keep adding for the Patreon members. So, if you guys want to support, just jump on there, sign up, become a member. And also you can support on Cash App if you want to just throw a donation. Our Cash App is Young Lion TV. We appreciate all of that stuff. But yeah, if you want to come in on this conversation, I'm going to be posting a link in the chat to our rendezvous. And that's essentially just a link that you click on that brings you in, Skypes you into this live stream. So you can jump in, you can say hi, you can ask questions, or you can just, give your commentary on the things that we're going to be talking about. It's easier if you take the link and open it up in a Chrome tab if you're on a phone. So just keep that in mind if you want to join in. So
yeah, we only had one person do it, right?
Yeah, we've only had one so far.
Come on, guys.
Wilmer.
Yeah, stop being scared.
We had another person, but then they were
scared.
like, I gotta use my camera, and then they ended it real quick.
That's it. Like, you don't even have to use your camera. If you want to just talk, you can turn your camera off.
Yeah, but stop being scared.
Yeah.
You all scared?
Yeah, Donnie.
You got a voice.
Yeah, Donnie's not even on here.
No. All right, let me
Jake scared him away last week.
Hey,
He
if the
always
truth turns
texts
your
me.
way.
So, other than soccer and the birthday, what else is going on? Anything coming up? Anything y'all want to talk about while I post this link in Patreon? Where y'all want to start?
We got a trip this Friday.
Yeah.
Wichita. We never been to Wichita. I didn't even know where Wichita was until I looked it up.
Wichita, Kansas.
Kansas.
And then we're going to be driving through the country to Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
My stepbrother still didn't get back at me.
Well, y'all
So
have-
if you're listening in the ecos, holla at me.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy. We gonna be in Wichita and Kansas City, and then we'll be on a cruise. I don't even know where we're going on this cruise.
Will y'all have any downtime in Kansas City? Take some pics.
We're gonna bring our cameras, of course. We
Okay.
always will.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we can find some food. That's another thing that I've been
yeah.
talking to them about, is that I want to start like doing some
food
more
stuff.
vlogging
Reviews.
of our travels.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Vlogging, finding local spots, and then talking about it, posting that content up on Young Lion TV for people to just like see our travel. That could just be another.
Yeah,
You know,
and if
thing.
they go there, they can visit the
Exactly.
spots.
Oh,
That
I got the label.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You got the title, you mean?
Yeah, the title.
Okay, cool.
What's Kansas City famous for? Barbecue.
Barbecue, Kansas City rub.
Yep.
Barbecue.
Well, their style of
What's their style?
It's a rub. I mean, I don't know what.
It's
Dry
like a
rub?
It's
Dry
a dry
rub,
rub.
yeah.
I don't know what's in it.
Right. I know brown sugar somewhere in it.
Yeah, it's probably different for.
Ariana
not good
said
if it don't have brown
she's
sugar.
she's working at McDonald's World.
Hey, wherever you got to go.
I
Man.
still love
Work
McDonald's
hard.
fries.
Yeah, me too. Not as good as
No.
You're working for the devil. No, I'm joking. I used to work at McDonald's, man. That was my first job.
Yeah, me too.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, that's
what's your
right.
favorite fries? The fast food joint. Favorite fries.
I'm not really a fan of.
I'm
Man, five guys, bro.
Well,
Five
yeah,
Guys is a good.
Five Guys.
Five
That's
Guys
my
is
favorite.
good.
Yeah.
No one's touching Five Guys fries. Fast food.
To me,
Fast
there's
food
levels
wise.
though.
fast food wise. What about boardwalk fries?
I still
That's
like.
different.
I like Five Guys.
Five
better.
Guys.
I like Chicky and Pete fries. That's probably
Chicken
my
because they had
No?
because they had the Old Bay.
Old Bay,
Sometimes they
I love Old
overloaded.
Bay.
Yeah, it's
If I eat
Noe loves
Five
Old Bay,
Guys
too.
fries, it's got to be the Cajun ones. It can't
Yeah,
be the regular.
yeah. That's the
Right.
thing. You got to get the Cajun fries. If you
Yeah.
go to Five
Yo,
Guys
I
and
know
get
people
plain
that
fries,
go to
like yo,
Five
you're
Guys
fired.
and don't even know about the Cajun fries. I'm like,
What's your favorite
doing?
fries? I see James James chiming in.
James is like,
What's-
oh, y'all
what's your
talking about
favorite
food?
fries?
I'm in there.
Yeah, that's
Ashley said Checkers.
Checkers.
I was gonna say
There's a
it
reason why
depends if
they
you
be
want seasoned
closing
fries
down.
or not.
Yo, every
If you
time I
want,
ate
like, that
Checkers,
seasoned fries,
I always got sick.
Checkers fries or
Every
Popeyes
time.
fries, you compare.
They're about the same.
you know whose fries
yeah.
used to be good? Bobby's Burgers.
Oh, Bobby's
yeah,
Burgers
yeah,
fries.
fries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't give you a lot though.
No,
no.
I think that's why that place didn't last because it was like
I like
for the
their
price.
burgers, though.
Their burgers were good, but I'm saying
Yeah.
for the price, like you didn't get nothing.
see,
You know.
that's what my issue is like, and I'm kind of a snob, showing my snob card with food right now.
I mean, we all
Yeah,
We're a little snooty.
Like I don't like, and my kids are starting to act like this, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Because they're like, because I don't like the fries from a lot of places, but I only like the fries from Five Guys. So like, if I go to like Shake Shack,
Yeah.
I like the burgers, but I don't like
fries,
the fries.
Are trash.
Yeah, so then it's
I
like,
actually like the fries at Shake Shack.
What?
I didn't like them at first,
Nah,
but I kept eating them and I started to like them.
Yo, Five Guys is actual potatoes that they cut right there
Right
and
there,
fry them
yeah.
in peanut oil.
Yeah.
Like there, no other place is doing it.
that's why I like the boardwalk fries.
Yeah,
'cause
they do that too.
But
I like Chick-fil-A. I like all fries.
I like
to
the
be honest.
Chick-fil-A
I-
ones.
Chick-fil-A
the
Jake
got
make
no
fun of me all
flavor
the
to
time
me.
because I like.
See, they need
I
the
like
salt, though. That's
the
thing.
school
They-
lunch fries. You know how they.
I mean,
What are
yeah.
they like? Breaded a little bit.
They're the
Yeah,
old
those type
Burger
of
King
fries.
fries.
Yo, the
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
lunch fries were good.
I don't make fun of you. I just that's to me that's like one of my that to you that's like a nostalgia thing, right? But to me it's the opposite. It's
Yeah.
like a trauma thing.
Right. Right. Because what they did for us was, I remember our fries used to be really good when we were at Edgewood, and then they switched the one year to the
Yeah.
the new, and we were just
Right.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then that was the trauma. So then when like anytime we tasted those fries from then on, it was like, oh, these are the bad ones.
Right.
George said
good one.
Arby's curly fries.
Yeah.
There
Those
you
are
go.
good too.
They're comparable
those
to
are
the
good.
Popeyes and Checkers because
Yeah.
they're seasoned.
Yeah.
Like
but
the-
but George
the-
spelled it with an R.
R-B-B-Y.
Come on, bro.
I like Jack in the Box fries.
No.
Jack in the Box.
I never had them.
No, I had them. I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
Same
the-
thing with
the
like
curly fries though.
In-N-Out fries.
Yeah.
In-N-Out burger though.
In-N-Out fries that taste like cardboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
Well,
not-
Jack in the Box fries are curly fries. They're the same as the
Yeah.
Arby's.
Dude,
ones.
have you ever seen how they make McDonald's fries?
No.
It's not. It's just paste,
Yeah.
potato paste
Yeah.
that they put
That they
together
shape.
as a fry. That's why I
They
was
No,
shape.
I think that's how they used to do it because I just saw a video.
They
on how
changed
they
it now?
changed it. It's
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
fresh
they changed
potatoes.
it.
I haven't ate. I don't eat at McDonald's. My kids don't know nothing about McDonald's.
No, he loves McDonald's.
Stanley does.
He loves
too.
the Shamrock
McNuggets.
shakes.
You know what?
Oh
What-
yeah, I got
We
it.
just had some.
Can we all just like be honest and agree that there's no bad fries though? Like not bad. It's just there's tiers to how good they
Yeah.
are
Nah,
and which ones you'll
nah.
choose first.
Can we
In-N-Out's
just
is
has
just
to be
bad.
a
we
bad-
just admit
oh,
that
In-N-Out's a pure
opinions?
bad
Everybody
fries.
has opinions, and they're
Yeah.
gonna like what they like.
Yeah.
Bad
Bad
now just tastes like cardboard. No flavor.
the bad fries are the old fries. Like
That's the only time they're bad is if
Yeah.
they're not fresh,
old
right?
and-
Oh yeah.
Or if they're from In-N-Out.
But I just prefer not to. I prefer not like I don't. I'll eat them, but I'm not like. I'm not excited to eat any fries that I can just get from the supermarket in the frozen section, which
Right.
is like
Right.
Arby's, Checkers,
Yeah.
curly fries,
Nathan's.
waffle fries. Like all you can get all them from ShopRite. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
If you're
Actually-
in California and you're eating Del Taco fries,
It's a bad night. It's a bad night.
Ashley says Checkers.
Yeah, we already read that.
Okay. Emma says Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I love the waffle
I like
fries.
Chick. I'm not.
Chick-fil-A
I
got
love
that
it.
I'll
cheese
eat
sauce
it.
though.
Yeah.
That
cheese
cheese
sauce.
sauce is money.
They make it.
Yeah.
That makes it a little better.
I get sick at Chick-fil-A, so I never go.
But you know what I did like? Taco Bell fries.
Dude,
Oh, the nacho
those are
fries.
Aria's favorite fries.
Taco Bell fries are good.
Every time we
I've never
go
had
to
Taco
Taco
Bell.
Bell,
They're pretty
Taco Bell
good.
has
like-
fries?
It was limited.
have I
It
been?
is
And then
limited,
they,
yo.
I don't know. They brought
bring
them
them.
back.
They
right?
bring them back every
Yeah.
now and then.
And they come with cheese.
Yeah.
They're nacho
I never
fries.
eat a Taco Bell because
They're
yeah,
not.
they got like the
me and
nacho
Stan call it
seasoning on it.
Ishbel.
Nah,
They're
yo,
not-
Taco Bell is that
they're not-
thing, bro. Y'all sleeping, bro. Taco
No,
Bell.
I love it.
Yo,
I love it,
We
but
ate- on the road, we ate Taco
On
Bell
the
so much
opposite-
that
Yo.
it just like ruined me. I
Taco
think.
Bell be hitting though, especially like some of the newer stuff that they're doing now. Like they got them $5 boxes, boy.
oh yeah.
Dude, I don't.
I don't eat them
I don't
anymore.
barely eat there, but I do eat the fries every once
The
in a while.
fries there.
Yeah.
When they
delicious.
have
Yeah, yeah, their fries are good.
Nacho fries
you
are
know
the
what?
crack fries. George said.
Yeah, they definitely got MSG on them.
You know who has
Definitely
a
got
bad
MSG.
fry?
You could taste it.
Wawa.
I never had Wawa's fries. I would never like.
I
I would
wouldn't-
never.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't touch the fries.
Yeah.
The burger's okay though.
Yeah,
The
I'm not
burger's
getting no
fine.
burger. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wow,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Meatball
Right.
sandwich for me. Wawa.
That's all you get.
Wawas.
He always gets a meatball sandwich.
That's it.
I wouldn't even get that.
I tell you what, man, you used to get, and you put me onto the horseradish, adding it on to it
That's
was that
right.
hot roast beef.
That hot roast beef
I
with the
used to always
horseradish
get it,
sauce.
and then you put me on to adding the horseradish
Yes,
sauce
sir.
to it. It changed my life.
Yes, sir. That was the thing over there. They don't even have that no more.
Nope.
That's what I like. That Arby's too. They had the.
That horsey sauce.
Yeah.
The horsey
Sauce,
sauce.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's where I got it
Arby's 3
from.
pepper sauce.
Huh?
Arby's 3 pepper sauce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not as
John
good
John's
as-
been on wasabi. He's been putting it up.
Oh, I
Wasabi,
put
horse,
wasabi on everything right
horseradish.
now.
It's like a wasabi horseradish.
Nice. Yeah, man.
All right, we went on a little tangent.
Man, talk about
Reminiscing.
food.
Talking about some food.
Because we talking about traveling. Anyway, I do want to do that though.
Yeah,
Like,
back
we
to the
should
video.
we should start blogging our like because we do that everywhere we go. We're like looking for good spots to eat.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this when we were at that noodle spot. Where was that? Where was that place?
Shang Artisan Noodle in Vegas.
No, I didn't even think about it then, but that would have been a perfect place. But I'm saying we went to that one noodle spot in the middle of somewhere where we didn't expect to find ramen. What town? What city was that? Oh, Louisville.
Louisville. Yeah.
Lawville.
Yeah, Lawville. But we went to that ramen spot randomly. I was like,
Mm.
yeah, I know, but it would have been good to like give our honest opinion about like, oh, we found this ramen spot in Louisville. Like, let's give our take on it. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be snooty.
Nah, it's about being honest. Like maybe someone's in Louisville and,
And
they
it's
didn't-
your
No, I feel you.
opinion
I feel you
anyway.
too, though. Like when we were in the Bahamas.
yeah,
Dude,
Oh,
dude had
what type of what type of content that is? People would love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and then think about like the dude from Philly that does it, JL Jupiter. You guys ever see his channel?
Yeah,
think so,
And he's
yeah.
Cambodian.
It's half Cambodian.
no.
Calm
Is he half?
down.
No.
Calm down, buddy.
Wait.
I
Calm
don't
down,
know,
buddy.
but
Is
I
he
can't
half?
help
I think
defend
he's
it.
half.
Nah,
bro.
yo, he's full.
He might just be black.
No, he just engulfed that black culture and married
Nah.
a black girl.
I'm pretty sure he's half.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
write
know.
him. I'm gonna write him. Yo, you
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
Cambodian.
But anyway, his channel's blown up, and all he
Yeah.
does is review places of South Jersey, Philly. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, I never seen it.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
he
interesting.
is blown up. He's getting with like other foodies that's like real popular.
Yeah. And you know, I've been posting a lot of food pics lately. People and everybody is DMing me like, "Yo, you should do a channel." So I'm like, "All right, we'll see."
Stuff you're making, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I made some meatloaf with risotto with truffle goat cheese today, man. Came out
Sky,
so
man.
good.
Nice.
So how's it truffle goat cheese? It's got truffle in it, or
It's got
just
black truffle in the goat cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
And did you bake it in the?
No.
Oh, you did a sauce?
Yeah, I made the meat. The meatloaf was Wagyu meat, first of all. John got it for me from Sam's Club. Wagyu
Oh,
beef.
yeah. Okay.
And then, well, no, he didn't get, I gave him the money. But he,
Like you making a meatloaf out of that beautiful meat.
bruh, why not?
Why not?
It was
Yeah,
ground
man.
beef. It was ground beef.
I'm saying that's where my mind went.
Nah, man, I'm
It
thinking.
came in a package, is like how ground beef is.
Exactly. It's already ground beef.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, all right, how can I make this, luxurious ground beef? So I made with Wagyu, and then I put Wagyu beef tallow in it to give it more fat content. And then made a mushroom risotto and with like red wine and heavy cream. And it was like, just a lot of, and then I made some asparagus and some sweet potatoes, put the meatloaf on top, made a mushroom gravy, and then shaved the goat cheese, black truffle goat cheese on top. You know what I mean?
You go to a restaurant, that'll be $70.
That's what I'm saying.
especially now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that black truffle goat cheese is like a better grade goat. It's not the soft one. It's actually kind of firm.
Okay.
So you can like grade.
Where'd you get it from?
ShopRite.
Okay.
Yeah.
ShopRite's
Yeah.
going up.
Well, the one
Yeah,
by
they got
me
a
is a
little-
little more bougie.
They got a little bougie cheese
The
section.
one by me has a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
Like,
They
it's
got-
got a nice cheese section.
Wow.
Yeah, Acme got a little bougie cheese section too.
I like Wegmans cheese section better than.
I don't ever go to Wegmans.
I don't either anymore. That's when I was in Cherry Hill.
Well,
But-
I'm right there.
Yeah, Jake can enjoy it. Well, speaking of food too, I failed. Well, I smoked a pork loin for the first
Tell them
time.
about
First time
your
smoking.
new smoker.
Yeah, so I got a reverse flow smoker.
Okay, how does that work? Explain that.
So it's like a regular smoker, but it has baffles. So the heating chambers on the side where the fuel, all the wood or
Yeah.
the brick. So the smoke comes in to the main chamber. Usually a regular smoker just comes up, goes out.
Yeah.
This one has baffles going along the bottom, so the smoke guides along the bottom. Has little holes in the baffle, so it comes up and then comes back around. If you have the exhaust pipe on the backside,
Okay.
it comes back around, hits the meat, and then goes out. You can switch it though to where it just comes in, excuse me, goes in, and then comes out. And smokes.
So how did you fail?
I thought I could shred it like a shoulder.
Oh.
So when I went to pull it apart, it was like color was good. It had the pink ring on the outside. Meat was done inside. The flavor was good. I used cherry wood, apple wood, and I finished it with pecan
Okay.
wood smoking. So, but when I went to pull it, that membrane that was in there, the muscle membrane
yeah.
was like, nah, bro. Like, oh man, I gotta cut it. So I just cut it up. So that was
Yeah, I
my
think the
failure.
way, like, if you put it in foil, because I
I did.
watch a lot. You put it in foil it
After.
makes it, and paper too.
Peach paper, yeah. I didn't have any, so I just,
Was it still good?
I put some butter on it.
How long did you cook it for?
2.5, because it wasn't that big, so
Okay.
smoked it.
Show y'all.
2.5
Let me
hours.
pull the picture up.
Damn, that is not
I was
bougie
gonna say,
restaurant
do you
portions,
have,
though. I tell you that. Damn, boy.
Yeah.
That looks good.
That right there. See that? That's the see the sweet potatoes. That's the purple Japanese yams. And the,
Showing off right now.
Purple Japanese yam.
I
Showing
tell
off.
you what, you ain't gonna be cooking that no mo with these prices.
With wheat products going up, what, 70%?
70%.
70%, bro.
Yeah.
baby.
And all these oil companies stopping
Yeah.
buying Russian oil.
Well,
Gas
I
prices
wanna
gonna
thank
go.
U.S.
You could pull it
Damn.
down. You could pull it down, John.
For the meat, I got a bunch of meat from Stan. I'm pretty sure y'all got
Yeah,
some
he got
too.
like a, what is, you got a
half
half
a
cow?
cow, yeah.
Oh, I didn't get any yet.
Yeah, no.
I gotta,
give
I
me
gotta
any.
come grab some.
He said, "Yeah, no." there's no."
Oh,
Yeah.
he just got so
Where my meat?
Because
I see this guy every day. Where my meat?
It's in the freezer. Yeah,
well,
you know where it's at.
I got my meat.
Yeah.
So
Pause.
I had
That's what I've been thinking this whole conversation.
that. See, that's the problem. Like, that's the problem. Like that y'all even go. Anyway, yeah, I got my meat, and I made some yesterday. I made some stew.
How'd you like it?
It was good, man.
Oh,
it was really good.
Grass fed,
You
man.
ain't take no
Grass
pictures,
fed,
man?
right?
Yeah.
Nah, no pictures.
What you just made it with like carrots, celery?
I just made it with potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't feel like going to the store. I had some potatoes. Made it with some potatoes.
What kind
put
of
some
potatoes?
White potatoes.
Russet potatoes.
Russet,
Because
Idaho.
It matters, right?
it does
Yeah.
matter.
It does
Cotton
matter.
potatoes.
Nah, I just had some white potatoes. So
Yeah, okay.
made it with that
Some
red
boring white
wine.
ones.
I got my
What you said,
my
Boring white ones.
boring. It was good.
This guy.
It was good.
You racist, yo.
You racist against
I'm
potatoes.
all about them yellow ones.
The
We
kids
know
liked
that.
it.
Well, not that.
All his friends are yellow, and his wife is yellow.
Hey, the Asian
You're
guy
yellow.
said that. I didn't say that.
He got a yellow
The
brother.
Asian guy said that.
You adopted a yellow brother.
You just implied it.
Yeah. So anyway, you put some red wine with it.
Yeah, I got a pressure cooker, so I just cooked
Okay.
it for a while on low, and came out good.
Nice.
Nice.
What's up,
Well,
man?
I haven't cooked in a while.
Yeah.
You slacking.
Well, he
got a
don't have
bomb.
to.
I know.
He's
his
I don't
mom's
have
spoiling-
to,
His
and-
mom's spoiling him.
Getting spoiled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, anyway, let's get into these prices, man. Cause
Oh boy.
like y'all was saying,
Inflation.
inflation is really
Man, this
kicking
place
in.
looking like San Diego a few years ago.
I know. Gas prices are crazy, highest they've ever been.
San Diego's looking like
It's gonna be it's gonna be record high,
I'm
right?
talking about when I was in San Diego. This is what the gas prices were.
no, but
Yeah,
I'm-
so imagine what it is now.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
San Diego is like
You should
pretty
have them
bad.
send the pictures up. Like we seen it already, but I'm just saying locally
So in the country is averaging
$4.
$4 for regular.
over for
Yeah.
for regular.
Yeah, that's the average. And they just announced that they're gonna cut off Russian oil.
Buying Russian oil.
my God.
Up until this week, they were still
What?
buying.
Today, right? Today they
It's
announced that.
$5.80 in San Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
approaching $6. Yeah, yeah.
Trump was right again.
$5.80.
And then
It
like
was under $2 with Trump.
He said it once. Biden
Mama-
gets elected.
$5.90
the
in
president.
downtown San Diego. That's crazy.
crazy that you would pay that much for a gallon of gas.
But wow.
And then the thing is, like, well, that's going to affect everything else. That's going to affect flight prices. That's going to affect, like food prices,
Trucking, yeah.
lumber.
Better get your tickets.
Everything
I know. Yeah, I got to get that.
down to pills, like the
Yeah.
capsules that people take is made out of.
And I'm trying to do this remodel. I gotta I'm gonna have to start buying everything up before all the prices skyrocket.
Spike up. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a weekend for it to go up above 4
Yeah, man.
that quick. So
All right, let me see what we got here.
shoot
So
up there.
let's
What's
see
new?
what
Oh, by
Uncle
the
Joe
way,
has to say about it.
Amber said that it still smelled like gas when she got home.
For real,
Yeah.
dude. How long did you have? This guy left his burner on.
I didn't know it was on. I didn't even touch it
Dude,
today.
you trying to...
I didn't cook
Y'all,
nothing today,
you
so I
could
didn't
be
know I
passed
knocked
out,
it. I
man.
just was in the kitchen. That's it.
Wow,
That's dangerous.
that is.
But you opened the window before you left. So.
I opened the windows
Yeah.
and I put a fan
Fan.
blowing the air out.
Yeah, so it wasn't going to be a problem.
Was the dog still running around?
No, she was in the bedroom.
Doug,
Yeah. So let's see what our president, our commander in chief, our fearless leader,
The former vice.
the wide awake Joe Biden had to say about the oil prices. Make sure we got volume here.
Gonna go up. Can't do much right now. Russia's responsible.
Russia's responsible.
He
You're
said
paying too much right now.
he said it's gonna go up. I can't do much right now. Russia's responsible.
And if it wasn't for Russia, that stuff happening with Russia, he would have been blaming Trump.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's always
The
blame.
prices were going up before any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the blame game.
Yeah. It was the pandemic
Yeah.
before that. You know, it was the supply chains. It was
How
all
about
that.
you stopping fracking?
How about the Keystone Pipeline?
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
You know, all these things that you did to make us not energy independent anymore
Yeah.
are now affecting us.
was
We
the first
showed
time.
that. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it was the first time in our history that we were oil independent.
Yeah.
And
Was-
they changed all that just
Yeah.
to look good. you know?
Yeah, just for the woke points, the green energy points.
As they buy gas in other like Russia.
We showed last
You know,
week on the
yeah.
podcast about how that our Russian oil has doubled
Yeah.
since Biden's been in office.
So it's okay to destroy the world when it's not, and not to say that you're even destroying the world. I'm just saying from their perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay to destroy the world as long as it's not in your country.
Right.
So people don't yell at you
So
in
they
your country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want them to talk about me.
But isn't that like the epitome of bad decision making and leadership, where it's like, no, we're going to close this thing that's helping us. All these things that are helping us be energy independent, helping our citizens pay lower prices than they've ever paid. We're going to end all that and then become reliant more on foreign oil, and then even more on Russian oil, who we don't even get along with.
Yeah.
Now they go to war. We're not allowed to deal with them. We got to do all this virtual signaling. So now we
Yeah.
got to cut off that oil. So now our price is going to go up even higher.
Yeah.
Like-
or negotiate with Venezuela,
Yeah.
Iran.
Yeah. Which these are
Saudi
these are
Arabia.
great countries
They're great.
to
They love
to
America.
negotiate with.
They're our allies.
Yes.
They want us to have low oil prices.
We've done great business with them, dropping off pallets of $10 billion for Iran for no reason. Yeah, they love us. So let me show this story right here.
Drivers spent the weekend in long lines for cheaper gas in Southern California, where prices average more than $5 a gallon.
I had to get here early for gas because it's this crazy out there. It's over $6.
$6.
$6.65, bro, in Southern California.
Bro.
A typical driver is paying $16 more to fill up than this time last year. Russia's invasion of Ukraine putting pressure on
Look.
global oil markets is partly to blame.
Look,
I mean, you can say that.
Decline.
Play with
Realistically,
words.
it's going to be rough for the next 6 months.
UCLA senior economist Leo Feller says the war in Ukraine is impacting its exports and Russia's.
We're seeing big supply shocks, right? We're seeing oil prices go up. We're seeing wheat prices go up. Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe, right? So there is a lot of concern that this is going to make an inflationary problem even worse.
Russia and Ukraine supplied nearly a third of the world's wheat last year, and since the invasion, exports have come to a standstill, meaning shoppers could see a rise in prices for items like cereal and bread and even meat, since some farmers.
it's not like wheat is that important, right?
Right,
We
yeah.
don't use
We
wheat
don't
for
use
anything.
wheat. Nope.
Why would we need that? You guys use wheat ever?
I don't eat wheat.
I think,
I don't eat carbs.
you know what? I'm going on a non-wheat diet.
Where are these vegans going to get their seitan from? You know what that
Oh,
is?
John's not there.
Satan.
Pretty much.
Satan. Satan.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that was just. I just wanted to show that story because we mentioned how gas prices were, averaging $4. That was the news story on it. But yeah, we're
Policies matter, man.
yeah, and foreign relationships matter, and global, situations matter, but we seem to always be focused on the ball is always thrown somewhere else for us to look. It's always like, yeah, but
Black Lives Matter.
yeah, right, right,
Exactly.
right. We're over here worried about
Exactly.
we were getting yelled at for 4 years by Greta Thunberg. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now all of a sudden,
Is that how you say her name?
I don't know, man.
Thunberg?
I've heard
I
it-
thought it was Greta Thunberg.
I've heard it so many ways.
Right. Who cares?
Yeah. Like the bottom line is, why were we letting a 16-year-old girl dictate how we handled global policies that now have affected us in a way where we're seeing what this is? This is what she wanted. Remember she was saying, we can't wait till 2030. We must make action now. Like we can't wait. Mm-hmm. Stop using, like she was just like, stop using fossil fuels now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That gets you nowhere.
She knows nothing, though.
Right.
One of the
How
safest.
old is she? 15?
I think she was 16 when she first came on the scene.
You know nothing.
Right. We all knew nothing at 16.
Right.
You know nothing.
We were still wearing Timbs.
I mean, I'm still.
We didn't.
That
know,
was
we
a
knew,
shot at me.
We knew a lot. Like you know a lot. She knows a lot. Like,
yeah.
But you know a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's like we know a lot, but for what? So you're so smart. You're stupid.
Yeah.
That's what.
You just said that about something else that we were talking about in the group text.
Yes.
What was that about?
That was
the video that Stan sent.
yeah.
Which one? But what was the video?
Because James had said something about being smart, right? And then
No, but what was it in reference to? What were we talking
what
about?
we're gonna get into later on.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay.
Right.
yeah,
We're gonna talk
the video
about,
was the main thing. but
Yeah,
I think-
the video you sent us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going with Uncle Joe right here. He's got an explanation about what's going on in Russia.
How do we get to the place where, Putin decides he's going to just invade Russia? Nothing like this has happened since World War II. How?
Yeah. Guys, catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, catch that?
Nothing like this has happened since World War II.
No, you missed it. I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna play it again.
That Putin is gonna invade Russia.
Yeah.
Putin just invaded Russia, guys.
And the Iranians care. We got to look out for the Iranians. Man.
He invaded Russia, and the Iranians are in trouble. So we got to support them.
Not the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
The Iranians.
He actually said Uranians when you listen to it.
Really?
Yeah, like they were Uranian, like
Not my Iranians.
like
your Iranians.
No, like uranium. Like maybe he was thinking of nuclear war. I think he mixed like Ukrainians and Iran, uranium. I think he mixed those two
Bro,
words
he's
together.
just old, man.
He's old and tired. Look at this picture. This is a perfect shot of Uncle Joe right there. He's like, "Come on, man,
Get me out of here, man.
gotta go get this."
That's his look though. Right? Like his eyes always closed.
Why?
Squinting.
Why does he do that?
We gotta save Russia, man. Putin. It's sleepy time.
What?
Come on, man. All right. Moving on.
Come on, man.
Okay, so I saw this from the New York Post on Twitter. I'll pull it up. The tweet says, Saudi UAE leaders ignore Biden when he calls to talk about gas prices. Like these dudes do not respect him, yo. They're like,
man,
who is
get outta
calling me? Who is calling? Oh, it's this guy. No one wants to talk to him.
Why did that sound African to me?
Oh,
There's a reason why Putin invaded now, right?
yeah.
I mean, beyond the other reasons.
You know how to pull that down?
Oh,
You can pull that.
you know I'm not paying attention. My
Yeah.
bad.
Beyond the other reasons, but I'm saying why he did it now. One of the reasons was because of Biden.
Yeah.
Because Biden was in office.
What was the last time? What did he do with Crimea?
Yeah.
Who was in office?
Yeah, Obama, Biden.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a common denominator here.
Weak leadership.
Yeah. So I want to talk about what they're doing with the gas prices, with the gas lighting, and the fact that like they're trying to make it seem like the gas prices. Well, we already kind of touched on it. Is because of Russia, or because we need to just forget about gas anyway and get electric vehicles. Like this is what everyone's saying. Like the Pete Buttigieg, and I got a clip here from what's his name? Oh, Colbert on his show. Play this real quick.
Yeah. This guy, man.
I'll tell you what, I will never complain about a destination wedding again. Russia has been hit with a series of crippling sanctions, and it looks like there's more to come because the U.S. and its European allies are now discussing banning imports of Russian oil.
We just talked about this. They're banning Russian oil that they've decided to take more of, that we've become more dependent on. It's a great idea.
If they wanted to affect it, they should have been stopped.
And it's all virtue signaling at this point.
And you know, the crazy part is when he invaded Ukraine, it was 2 days after Biden announced there was going to be no new drilling in America or Alaska for new oil.
Right.
No new permits permitted. 2 days later, after he announced it, 2 days later.
And let's talk about the fact that Biden lifted the sanctions on their pipeline being built in Russia.
Nord Stream too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
To
so
supply.
this all just makes perfect sense.
Take that, Putin. We're not going to buy our gas from a war criminal. We're going to buy it from the good guys, Saudi Arabia. But it's going to cost. Since the invasion, oil prices have skyrocketed. Today, the average gas price in America hit an all-time record high of over $4 per gallon. Okay, that stings, but a clean conscience is worth $1 or $2. I'm willing to pay.
I love when rich people try to tell.
Yeah, right. I'm willing to. Of course you are, bro.
Bro, you don't even drive, bro.
Yeah.
You hire car services. Like, stop it.
That's why you don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to look virtuous.
Yeah. And then everyone claps because they're told to with the applause sign. Right? Right, everybody? Right?
I'm really hell, I'll pay $15 a gallon.
Do you hear this guy?
Because I drive a Tesla.
Because he drives a
People all
Tesla.
over the world are trying to find inventive ways to help ordinary.
Yeah, and this is the other narrative that they're pushing. Like Pete Buttigieg, I think that's the next one I have up here. Yep.
Clean transportation can bring significant cost savings for the American people as well. Last month, we announced a $5 billion investment to build out a nationwide electric vehicle charging network so that people from rural to suburban to urban communities can all benefit from the gas savings of driving an EV.
Yeah, so you see the push, electric vehicles, which we've talked about on here before about how they're really not a net positive for carbon emissions or green energy because of the way you have to mine the batteries and all of the fossil fuels that go into creating the cars in the first place. Mm-hmm. It actually is a net negative.
Aren't they made of plastic too?
A lot of parts, a lot of them are. And, you know, they're so expensive. And I think we talked about it on here before about how Tesla was trying to release a cheaper model. Yeah. Like they're talking about a cheaper line, like a $20,000, $25,000.
That was the Model 3, right? Or supposed to be?
I don't remember what the model number was, but I remember one of the main things about it that was kind of a red flag was no steering wheel. Like, right. It was fully automated. Like,
how's that possible?
Well, they'll have their sensors.
They are. Most of their cars are already self-driving,
which is why they get.
Do y'all trust that?
Here and there.
Heck no.
They've proven not to be reliable, man.
Not only that, it's like, well, again, we've talked about this so many times. If you're constantly giving over for convenience, your control, your responsibility to any type of institution, any type of entity, what are you going to do? You're going to be a slave to that. Now you can be controlled by that. Right. It's just like with the money system. If you are now an electric vehicle that has no steering wheel attached to it, right? You don't think at any point, say another pandemic or for any reason there's a lockdown or something, right? They can remember during the lockdown we were still coming here doing this. Mm-hmm. They said, oh, you had to be in your house at certain times. Right, we were just kind of like, COVID whatever, stop. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they could just shut down vehicles.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They could just.
Well, I mean, even in terms of money, they can shut down your money.
Yeah,
like they did in Canada.
I was just gonna say,
and these are the things that we don't necessarily think about until it starts to, you start to see. Like, technology is it's convenient and it can be good, but can also be used for evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And think about it with the social credit score ideology or the system that they want to implement. That's just another way to keep you in check. Because it's like if your car is fully automated and you've been flagged in some way from the credit score system, not only can you not access your money, you probably can't use your vehicle. You know what I mean? Oh, your license has been, suspended for 30 days because so your vehicle is no longer operative. You know what I mean? Because you can't just get in it and turn on and go, you know? Yeah. Like these are things that people think would never happen, but
the heat's being turned up slowly.
Yeah. And your frog boiling in the pot.
Don't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even this inflation stuff, like this didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
This stuff happened because of neglect on. We got to take responsibility for it, right?
On the people,
but also because, and I say we the people might not have made the decisions that on the top end, but we gave people power to make those decisions on the top end.
Yeah.
Yep. Or we didn't do anything. We, didn't vote or.
Right.
Because I know I don't do it.
Or we voted for somebody that seemed cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Or
right.
seemed like,
presented well.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
Voted.
Yeah.
Obama. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking about that today to AJ. Like, I voted for him for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. You know what I mean?
I voted for him.
It was strictly emotion.
That was my first time voting, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yo, me too. Me too.
Well, that's because, I became a naturalized citizen.
Right.
And I was just...
The first time I was excited to
was
vote,
just lazy.
I voted for the first black president.
I did my duty. See, I'm
you.
really black. Now I can marry blacks. Tell them I voted for Obama.
That's a part of the game.
Yeah.
Hey, girl,
I voted for Obama.
So I'm the only one here who never voted for Obama.
Yeah, dude.
I did it twice.
Yeah, we were all fooled.
Yeah.
We were all tricked
and
by
dumb.
the emotions.
Yeah, I rocked my vote.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
I was up there singing church songs with him.
Yeah.
I remember when we were talking, when Mo was talking about Trump, I was like, hold up now. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
did.
I remember.
Like, hold up.
Bro,
Yeah.
I really had to, dude. Like, I didn't see it. I really had to see God, dude.
Yeah.
With Trump, I really did.
But
because I didn't see it, I was pissed. At first, I was pissed. I was like, "Yo, this dude, he's crazy."
I remember. You're like, "Yo, he's an idiot."
Yeah.
I felt that way too.
Right.
I felt that way too because again, I was buying all the propaganda. I was feeding into it. I was feeding into the birther narrative. He's a racist because. And I genuinely think, and I tell this to people all the time, a lot of the people that I know that I'm cool with that ride that narrative, I tell them I feel like that was the perfect way for them to get people to hate him was because he came after Obama. There was no for black people, there was no saving him after that. There was no going back.
But then again, his black vote went up.
Yeah, for men.
For men,
well, after a while,
Black women.
Yeah.
The second time around,
Black and Spanish.
when he won.
When he won, yeah.
You're still sticking with that narrative?
Yeah.
Yeah. When it was stolen.
Yeah.
Mom said I didn't vote for Obama. I felt it in my spirit.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
You know what though?
It's a good joke,
let me
though.
say this though. I didn't vote for him, but when it happened, I cried
Yeah.
because I still felt that there was something that was broken, and I feel like, and even Kim Clement prophesied about Obama getting in. I just wasn't gonna vote for him.
Did you just say Obama?
He did say Obama. He did.
I didn't mean to.
I don't think he meant
to. Which I don't know if people know who Kim Clement is, but he was prophet since like the early 90s, who's prophesied 9/11, prophesied all kinds of stuff. The stuff that's going on right now, he's prophesied. So, but he prophesied Trump getting in. He prophesied Obama getting in, and
prophesied about Biden. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. So, but
I think somebody just shared that.
well, what's
on the church.
Mom said,
you did.
"OMG, I cried too."
Yeah, I think I did.
But oh yeah, that's why I brought that up, because when we were all together watching it,
Yeah.
right at the office, his acceptance speech, and it wasn't like I thought he was phony, always, like
Yeah.
Obama, but I knew that something was breaking for a mentality over black people, right? And so that's what like I felt that was needed, even though.
Which mentality do you think that was for him?
Like a deep-seated thing in Black Americans of, you'll never see that, or you'll
never have a black.
And I think it was like it was a twofold, like they used it against them too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They used it against us. Like that's what, but it was like seeing that was something that, okay, it's possible, and I felt like there was a hope there, but at the same time, recognizing, like, looking back, it's like, yeah, you have to put your hope in God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or else you take it and it gets skewed.
Yeah.
And I think that's the game we're always playing. Like, when you think about religion, anything, it's always like, yeah, that makes sense, but you can take if you focus on it too much, and this is what I was seeing this today. If you focus on something too much, it's right in your face. You can't see anything else around you. And I think that's what always happens. Like, you start focusing on the issue or the good thing so much, right?
Yeah.
That you think is good, and then it becomes a vice for you.
Yeah.
What did you kept on saying? Like, what was that saying? You're so smart, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And the other saying is, you can't see the forest for the trees, right? Because like you're so in it that you can't zoom out and see the bigger picture of what it is. And I think for for Obama, definitely that was what happened with black people. It was just like, we wanted that so bad, you know what I mean? And we wanted it to mean something so bad.
It was like a self-solidifying thing.
It was
like
approving. It was approving. It was like, this is how we prove what we
but
did.
even almost subconsciously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, on a subconscious level. Even.
Right. But what happens is that is then used to then just push an agenda that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's done off of your back. And I think the same thing happened flip side 8 years later when Trump comes. Because there's a whole sect of America that felt like they were ignored, felt like they hadn't, have been overlooked for decades by politicians, and he was speaking directly to them. And then even though maybe he wasn't like being as disingenuous as some other politicians were, in my opinion, I know a lot of people think that, he just lied. Okay. But I'm just saying, like, even if he wasn't, you can still get caught up in the fact that, this guy's going to save us now.
Right. Yep.
This guy is going to be the one, you know what I mean? And again, it allows you to not focus on God, not focus on what is God doing here. It's just about him.
They become the God.
Yes,
They become
exactly.
the God.
And you see that a lot of conservatives, a lot of Christians, a lot of people made that mistake with Trump, where it's just like, that's why you get a January 6th, because all these people were so devastated that this can't happen. You know what I mean? So then they got to go do something about it. And it's like, all of these things are traps.
I mean, yes, but then it was portrayed like the January 6th thing was kind of like.
No, but I think a lot of them fell into that trap.
They did,
but not a lot of them. Like,
no, I mean, you could say a lot because it was a few
not
hundred.
That's the majority, but that was.
I mean, not even close to the majority. It was a small group of people compared to.
It was still,
but it was still a lot of people that allowed themselves to be used for for a overarching narrative and an overarching agenda to be pushed through.
Yes, I think that people. Yeah, because you see, like, even people in the prophetic world were prophesying things. That were like, okay, what's...
Yeah, they had to backtrack a lot.
A lot of people were
explain
apologizing,
themselves.
backtracking.
And so you want something to happen in your heart.
Yeah.
But even in that, like, but then people go and they judge so hardly. Like, oh, you said this and that's like, man, we're all learning.
Yeah.
We're learning. Like, if you're real and you're honest with yourself, like, you can be biased. That's prejudice.
Yep.
That's prejudice. And that's what prejudice is you not being able to see things and prejudging something, right? And that's what happens. And I think it was a valuable lesson for us to learn.
Yeah.
Trust me, right? If you believe in God, trust me, right? Because now what do we got a Biden, but trust me, right? Look so at how quickly the stuff that Trump did was then turned around in a year.
Yeah.
Like, we've only had Biden for a little over a year.
Yep.
Right? But look how quickly he's turned so much around for a negative in this country. And not to say that Trump was straight up for the vaccines
And the lockdowns.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't necessarily...
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't say it was for the lockdowns,
He got
but he
played with
was...
the lockdown.
He allowed certain characters to,
to come
steer
in
in ways that he shouldn't have.
But
he got played with
bro,
both of them.
When he had infiltration in the White House, he had, like, what do you do? You're surrounded by scum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a hard task.
It is.
And I think what was learned from that is, like you said, Trump is not our savior. Like, these people were he's gonna do everything. He's gonna clean the swamp, drain the swamp. Yeah, there
build
you
the
go.
wall and all of that.
Yeah. And I think, like, it was a start, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, but you got to realize that you're not going to really get it done if you don't put God first.
Yeah.
If you don't trust God in this, and that's where I feel like he's being humbled.
Yeah.
To be like, to look and because he was doing some stuff, but bro, you're over here, you want to prove yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where
in every situation you have to be right. You have to be
his
like
spiritual leader was who's the big white lady? White.
Paula White.
Paula White. I want to say I think is who he
Paula
listens
White.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think her spiritual father is T.D. Jakes.
Yeah.
And he's
I might be wrong.
Isn't that? I thought that was the
I thought it was
Osteen
one of them.
kind of circle. No.
No.
Oh,
T.D.
okay.
Jakes. I know Paula White's spiritual father. Pretty sure it's T.D. Jakes. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And he's into some stuff.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm not like, everybody can make mistakes. Everybody. So I'm not sitting here condemning anybody.
Right.
Because I think that's the issue with people. We just brush a whole, paint a whole stroke over somebody and say they're horrible.
Right.
Don't listen to anything.
Right, because that's what people do with Trump or Biden or whatever.
Right.
It becomes this person is what's the word? They're irredeemable is the word I was looking for.
Right. And even like us, we're talking about Biden, like, the stuff that he's doing. Like, you have to bring light to what's going on.
Yeah.
We're not doing it because we don't like Biden.
Yeah.
We're doing it because...
And we're not doing it because we like Republicans.
Right. Why are we doing it? Because stop feeding into this BS that y'all feeding into, if you're feeding into it. And if you're not feeding into it and you just saying the world... and if you're just trying to blame everybody at the same time, that's not going to help either.
Right.
It's not Biden's fault. It's our
Biden's
fault. Well, it's our fault because we let it get this far, even though it might not have been our generation that really just gave up the reins. But so what? Who's going to take responsibility?
Right. Who's going to grab it back?
Yeah.
Who's going to change things?
Like, now that it's there, okay, how can we make the best of it.
And that's why we talk about these things, because we want people to understand that no, the responsibility is on us to change the way we've been seeing this.
We
thing.
the people,
the way we've been fooled by these politicians, the way this game is played.
Right.
You know, instead of getting caught up in the game over and over again. I was going to show that tweet that somebody sent in our text group. I got it right here, where it was talking about the gas prices, and then, trying to be funny, tips to save on gas, check your tires, reduce your speed, avoid lots of starts and stops, get rid of extra weight, and then last one, don't vote for Democrats. Ha, ha, ha.
Right.
It's like, you don't think gas prices went up under Republicans too?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing
Right.
that annoys me, because it's always like our team versus their team type of narrative. And it's like, yeah, Democrats do have some crazy things that they believe in and try to push, and that end up being, wrong for our country. But so do Republicans.
right?
Yeah.
And when the Republicans have a chance to do something and correct it, they don't.
Yeah.
They fold under pressure.
They don't. They do nothing. They do nothing. Like,
Yeah.
literally
And
have...
you're sitting there wondering, like, why aren't you doing anything?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you had 8 years to prepare to fix Obamacare.
Yeah.
What do you have?
What did you do? Nothing.
A big zero.
And then afterwards, you watch Lindsey Graham fist bumping Kamala in the.
Right.
You know what it is.
Right.
Like, they're all playing the game together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely a game.
Yeah, because they get rich. Get Nancy Pelosi making all them bets on stocks. They get rich off of our free tax dollars in healthcare, and they don't got to worry about what the Obamacare is, because they get free healthcare.
Yeah, they're not on Obamacare.
Yeah. So it's like, this is what we're trying to show people, because if you keep getting pulled into that game, that narrative, we never get anywhere. We just constantly keep fighting with each other.
And it's not about like, and even like what we're talking, we're not sitting here saying it to be like, see, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. Because then what? Okay.
Right.
You're right. Now what?
Yeah.
That's the point. What? Now what? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
What can we do? Maybe it's too overwhelming, right? So I don't want to look at it. Like, you
Yeah.
know how many times people do that? Like, I don't want to hear about that.
I just
I
rather,
don't want to know. Yeah.
I just rather watch my shows and not even think about it. Yeah.
But it starts with you paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, paying attention. And you might not be able to deal with it, but that's why we got a God. It can deal with it for us. Responsibility doesn't mean that you take it all on your shoulders.
No.
It means that you give it to the one who can take it on.
Right.
You know, there's people, even in the world, like there's people who have been raised up. And I think like Trump was raised up for this time to deal with stuff, right, in a way where it was out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
He came from a place where he's not part of the circle, not a part of the political.
But he came from an angle where he knew how corrupt they were, because
Right.
he was one of the people
Contributing
contributing to that
Right.
corruption.
to their
You know what I mean?
campaigns and here
Right.
and there. And the only time they started hating him was when he said he was going to run for president.
Right.
Like, oh, we all hate you now.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence, man.
Yeah.
So-
but I think where people took that and went too far is where you have like all of these Christian conservatives then being like, bringing him in like, this is a man of God. He is a, you know what I mean? It's like they start anointing him into this like savior figure, where it's like anybody with half a brain can pick that apart and be like, wait a minute, but this dude, the lifestyle that he lived, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's even the point. Like, stop trying to critique. Like, it's not critiqued in that way. Like, it shouldn't be critiqued in it shouldn't. God raises people up. He raises people up.
Right.
You're gifted. Again, gifts are without repentance. You're
Right.
gifted no matter what. It's not like you can you cultivate that gift? Yeah.
Right. But
Right.
what I'm saying is like, so when you bring someone like that to the forefold, you explain it to the people in that way. You don't
Right,
say, you don't just,
Yeah,
It's like, who's the pastor that got caught cheating and they put a crown on his head? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you bring, like, it's just, it becomes this,
On the black.
it becomes this show. It becomes this like, almost like this.
Don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Over
It's
there.
almost like it's like a manipulation in a way.
It is.
And-
It's literally
It's
a
a show,
manipulation.
Right. So people see through that. You know what I mean? And then it's like, wait a minute, this don't sit right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God qualified. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies who he called.
Right.
And that's the process.
Mm-hmm.
He don't take the perfect people and like,
No.
oh, here's your say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. In the that's a world thing. We do that, especially in America. Like you can't just like we're in the music industry. Like you have to be totally polished. I mean, of course, like hip hop kind of like destroyed that notion.
Right.
Yeah.
But it still has to be. It's not the way it used to be, but it's still a certain thing. You got to be a certain thing,
Yeah.
right? To play that part. But yeah, again, hip hop kind of like, and the internet kind of changed that. I would say the internet more than hip hop.
Yeah.
But the control of it is you got to be this certain thing,
Yeah.
right? And even in that, like, there's an image, right? People have to live up to this image, whether it's whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right. You doing country music.
Yeah.
There's a
You
certain.
got-
You gotta talk about.
You gotta talk about trucks.
Yeah.
Chasing
Gotta have it twined.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it's a sad,
Live up to this
sad
image.
day.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. If you're in country, you got to talk about trucks,
Trucks,
And
beer,
heartbreaking.
boots, beers, heartbreaking.
But so
if you're in hip hop, you got to talk about bags,
Yeah,
and trapping and drugs and
and turning up in the
Yeah.
club and
So that's what, like, if you think about it, because you just said, manipulation, right?
Yeah.
You have there's one part which is the manipulation. That's the witchcraft, right? That's witchcraft. Like, it's because you're like manipulating people to get what you want out of it, right?
Right.
You're trying to show them an image, right? But then on the other end, you're trying to live up to the image. That's a presumption, right? So that's literally what, if you look up what King Saul did in the Bible, that's what he did. Like it says that when he didn't listen to what God said through the prophet Samuel, and he just went out and did what he thought he should be doing, it said that it was witchcraft, right? It said
Right.
that is it better to obey,
yeah.
or is it better to sacrifice?
Sacrifice,
Is sacrifice,
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
or is sacrifice better than obedience, right? And even that word obedience means to pay attention, to listen. So like a kid,
Right.
you got to pay attention to your parents, right?
Because Saul in that moment is thinking like, but if I do what he said, it's gonna mess up my relationships here and there, and I have to kind of like,
Right.
So he's already
I'm
taking it,
overanalyzing.
yeah,
Right.
and thinking, well, I think I know better. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you take that one part, he's manipulating it for himself. So now it's witchcraft, right? For
Yeah.
himself. But then on the other end, it says, and presumption is as iniquity and idolatry, right? So now that's idolatry now it's a false image that you're trying to live up to at the same time.
Right.
Right. So you're measuring it based off of how you see God, which isn't even who he really is.
Yeah.
Right. But when you listen like a child to their parent, you don't go and try to do what you think he wants you to do. You listen and you do what he tells you.
Right.
Right. Like as a kid with their parents, you're trying to get, what's it called? Like you're trying to get points. You're trying to get
and we see when
on
our
the
kids
good
do
side.
that, and we
Right.
have to check them.
Right.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? When you see like, yo, stop trying to suck up so you
Manipulate,
can get something.
Right.
Like stop. You know what I mean?
Right. But we do that all the time. Like in what we do, we try to show people somebody, right?
Yeah.
This is what you need to look at when this is somebody who God is using.
Yeah.
But again, like look to God.
Right.
Right. Don't look to this person.
Yeah, and I think
that can
for,
happen
for us when you were kind of like man, God kind of showed me that he's using this guy for this
Yeah.
time. For us, it took for us to be like, not just be like you because you didn't do it in a this is the what I mean. It was just like, and then it took for us to really like
pull on
check
that.
ourselves and
Yeah.
like really go back and be like, wait a minute, and then think. And I think me doing research and really like. That's kind of what set me down this path of knowing more about politics, knowing more about the manipulation of media, and like, because I wasn't paying attention to none of that before.
And so what was that? That was like early 2016, right?
I think it was
Or
before
maybe
that.
2015?
Yeah, 15-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2015. Yeah. And the only reason why I even thought that way is because it was something God checked me on. Like, pay attention.
Yeah.
So like again, pay attention. Shema.
Yeah.
obey, right?
Yeah.
And like for me, those are the things where he checks me, right? Where like, all right, what's going on here? Like, I don't know how to explain it because it's just like a check where you pay attention,
right?
And it's something that you wouldn't pay attention to normally, but then it's like it comes to your mind, like there's something here, right? That's how he does it with me. It's different for different people. But with me, that's how God speaks to me a lot, especially on things where I'm not paying attention to, you know, and then it's like, I start looking at it like, but I know what I've learned is that you can't get caught up in that. It's just something that he's doing.
Right.
You know what
you
I mean?
can't make that your new God now.
Right.
You can't make that your new
whole
yeah,
focus.
right. Again, you get too close to that now and you don't see anything else but that. Yeah.
And that's how you're going to measure everything. Like, so then if I'm looking at a Trump, you know, we're on Trump, so I'll just say, you look at a Trump and you're like, oh, he's the measure of a man.
Yeah.
Now I'm measuring everybody else up to him.
Right.
That's not my measure.
Right.
My measure is Jesus. Right.
And not only that, then anyone else can come and dismantle that in 2 seconds. Oh,
Right.
so that's your measure of a man? Let me break this down for you and show you why that's retarded. You know what I mean?
And then it gets lost.
Yeah.
Then the meaning gets lost because it's like, it's not about that.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about.
Exactly.
So you can get caught up in that because you're judging it wrongly. Either one. Like, and that's what we do as people of God a lot. On one side, somebody will take, oh, God gave me a word, right? And then people get annoyed because like, God's talking to you, huh?
Yeah.
Or like, God told me, you know, and it's like, oh, God tells you all the time.
We hear that all the time.
But then it's like, yeah, God tells you, but a lot of people, God tells them, but then they take it further and they like read into what God is saying.
Or they form it into something that builds them up in a way to others. Like you see that all the time.
Right. And prophecy, and we're on this for a reason, because prophecy is so important. And especially in the church, and people don't understand, like, why is it hard for people to deal with prophecy? Like when it's like I don't want to say a cliche. It becomes a cliche, but it's a taboo, right? It's taboo in a lot of church because it's like, God told you, huh?
Yeah.
But when you look at it, Christ is the cornerstone, but it's founded on the apostles and prophets, right? So the prophets are important. It's not the old prophets; it's the new prophets.
Yeah.
Right? It's founded on the apostles and prophets. Christ being the chief cornerstone. And what happens a lot is we take what we don't because we're not disciplined, right? Because we're kind of wild.
We're disobedient.
Right? We're disobedient. We'll take stuff and we'll just bring it into our own judgment or our own measure.
Yeah.
Right? So now we're trying to measure, well, God told me this, so this is what it is. And it's like, no. The prophecy comes so that you can now take it to God. What do you mean, God?
Yeah.
What are you showing me? You know, like that's what I had to learn, not to make prejudgments, right? But what are you showing me? What are you showing me? What are you showing me? And then it becomes clear because you can hear something and then again, like, and then later on you can see, I told you, you know, but now what? The reason why God is telling you is so you can be prepared for what he's trying to do. And so you can align with what he's doing. Right. He's not telling you so you can tell somebody, I told you so.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what happens. And then when it doesn't happen, people are like, look at you, hypocrite. Right. And it's because sometimes people take it too far. And I think that's what happened in the second election with Trump, is that people felt like he was going to win and he probably did win, right? But people take it too far and they don't know what's going on. Like, so, like, did I know that there had to be pray? Like, I didn't talk about him winning. I knew we had to pray. I talked to y'all about this. So we went, we prayed. I drove all the way. I drove to different places and prayed, right? Because that was what I was supposed to do. But you can take it too far. And I thought, and that's not spiritual, I thought like he was going to win. So when he didn't win, I'm like, what the heck? You know, for me.
Yeah.
And and you can't get caught up in it. He cheated. They cheated.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Right.
Which that's what I was feeling. But it's not about what you feel, right? It's like if I'm now I want to, because in that feeling, am I going to try to prove myself now? Like, and we play soccer, so it's the same. Like somebody cheats, am I going to get all emotional in what's not fair? Or they tripped me, you know, they could have broke my leg,
right.
You know, and now I'm getting too emotional and trying to prove myself of why you're wrong and why you lied or you cheated. No, you can't. That's where you can't go. You know. So we're seeing this play out right now. We're in the middle of it right now.
Now, I want to address something because you were talking about prophecy and like prophecy in the church. And I think a lot of the problem and a lot of reason why people stay away from that topic is because you have this element, especially in the Pentecostal type churches, where that idea has been formed into something else. And so when we see it, when we're constantly bombarded, and a lot of times for some reason, I don't know why, but it's usually women that are always giving words and prophecies for people. You know what I mean? And it becomes like, I don't know how to navigate like who, everybody's a prophet and everybody got a word, and then your word don't match your word. And you know what I mean? And it just becomes too much for people. Yeah. So they're like, I don't want to deal with none of that. You know what I mean? That just sounds like craziness to me.
Right.
You know? So I think that's also a reason why a lot of churches just avoid it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then it's like you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, you can't just deny something because it's a mess.
Because it's a mess.
No, it's got to get ordered.
Right.
You know, and that's what it is. Like people got issues and people they got giftings. Again, the gifts are without repentance. They're still there. It's just like they have to be cultivated.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's also a problem with the churches aren't building up people in a way where we can even... Well, we're not being built up in a way to have a relationship enough to hear from God so that we can discern where people are coming from when we hear these words anyway.
Yeah. Well, think of it's like this, like with parents. Like you see this so much with kids, right? You have kids that parents that have a bunch of kids, and you know, one kid they're like they love because they listen, and but then the other kid, I don't know where he came from.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Why can't you be more like your
daddy's
brother?
kid?
Yeah.
you like your dad.
Why can't you be more like your?
Yeah.
But they don't realize like every kid's gifting is different,
Right.
and what seems to annoy you is actually there's a reason. It needs to be cultivated.
Dude,
You know what I
that
mean?
is something that I have been starting to be shown about everyone. It's like the thing that annoys you about that person is their gift.
Yeah, a lot of times.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's just not like a lot of times it's not cultivated or being cultivated, or you're seeing it the wrong way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you think it annoys you, but it's really there because it's gonna annoy you so that you can love somebody greater than their annoyance. You know what I mean? And then that's the way cultivation happens, right? But that love you love them with can't be your own love. It's got to be God's love.
Yeah.
Right? So because there's a role for everybody. There's a place for everybody, but that's what happens in the church. You see somebody acting up and then you just dismiss them. You can't, that's wrong. Like that's what we've been dealing with the church, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't be here. No, it needs to be cultivated. Like and then you get people like, oh, they're operating in something else. They're doing, and they can be, but I'm saying like you totally dismiss somebody completely, all of them, because their behavior is off. That's just a kid that needs some discipline. Are you gonna love them enough to discipline? See that?
And show them some structure.
Right. But
it's like that video James sent. You need some structure in your life.
But what do churches do? They're not like they're not taking people in. They're kicking people out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They're meaning like
They're running people out.
they're running people out. But what I'm saying is that in terms of how we love them in a fathering way, right? Jesus in John 14, what is this? It says that I won't leave you orphaned. But a lot of people feel orphaned and rejected, right?
Right.
So then they start coming to their own conclusions of why they feel that way or why they're treated that way, right?
Or who's to blame?
Who's to blame, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then, so then you get these places where people congregate, right?
Yeah.
One thing that always hits me is, God said to me one time, it's the Church of Peter Pan, right? Where you got a bunch of
I'm sorry, I was muting John John's mic because he was over there wrestling.
I
with
actually
it.
knocked off.
Okay, good.
So
the Church of Peter Pan. I
the
remember
Church
this.
of Peter Pan,
Yeah.
right, is built on a rock of sand, right? And what it is, it's the Lost Boys, right? And it's the Lost Boys going to Never Never Land, right? Where you never.
Oh, by the way, another movie you need to do a breakdown on. Well, you could do both. You could do both of those in one video for Patreon about Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. That the Lost Boys from the '80s and the Peter Pan story.
Okay.
Remember you? You told me about that breakdown before. You need to do a video on it.
So, but when you look at that, you got a bunch of people coming together because they were rejected, but they weren't really rejected.
Yeah.
They felt rejected, right? They felt rejected.
Yeah.
And that's what we're dealing with a lot of. It's about feelings.
Weren't we just talking about that with Obama and Trump?
Yep. It's about feelings,
It's
right?
about feeling rejected.
Feeling rejected and then feeling accepted, right? But it's not really.
Yeah, it's
are you
not
really-
true
It's not really true,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Right? That's opposite. I gotta see it to believe it, but with God, it's no. You gotta believe it to see it.
Yep.
You know, it's the opposite. And that's what the church has become, is that you gotta see it to believe it. You know, so now it's off. We're just like the world, and we over here, we're all hurt and then we're rejecting those who don't feel the way we feel.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. Like, since you don't feel the way I feel, well, we're a church of everybody feels the way I feel. And I'm saying pastor a lot of times, like, I feel this way. Okay, all my congregation now, we all feel the same way.
Yeah.
Right? That's not what it should be about. It's not about feelings. Right? The feelings is where you're lost. That's the church of sand, right? That's when you're building on a foundation, not on the foundation that is Christ being the cornerstone, apostles and prophets, but you're building on a foundation of sand that eventually it's all gonna fall apart. And I believe so. Now we're in an amazing time. Like, everything that's happening, the money stuff, the gas going up. It's all a time where we can say, all right, let's stop blaming everybody.
Right.
Because we feel rejected, we feel unheard. But God is listening.
Yeah.
He wants to hear you. He wants to hear what you're feeling, right? You can come to him, and then, because think about it, if my kids feel a certain way, right? Even if it's a lie, I want to know how they feel.
Yeah.
So I can correct it.
Bring it to me.
And show them how I love them.
Right.
So they don't got to feel that way no more. Because if you keep feeling that way, you're going to keep living a lie. You're going to keep trying to prove yourself to me when you don't need to prove yourself to me. Or you're going to keep fighting against me when you don't need to fight against me. You know, but this is what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
You got any comments there?
That was good. No, just George had a comment, but that was back about gas prices, I think.
Oh, okay.
So we can curb the gas prices. By staying in for 2 weeks.
I seen a meme.
15 days to slow the spread. Yeah.
I seen a meme on that with the gas prices.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, some of the memes are funny, man. Like people taking out mortgages to buy gas.
I see this one dude TikTok. It was like, my girlfriend asked me to take her someplace expensive, and he had her blindfolded, and she was all happy.
It was in California, I think, too.
And then she took off the blindfold.
He pulls up to the gas station, and she takes off the blindfold. She's like, yo. He said, take me somewhere
Why are we
expensive."
here? Why are we here? You said take me
Her face
someplace
is like-
expensive.
Yo, that is hilarious, man. Yeah.
You're going to fill up your car.
Right. Valentine's Day presents.
It's a tank
Gonna
of
be a
gas.
tank of gas,
Damn.
boy.
The funniest is the stickers to be.
Yeah,
I did that.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while. Though.
Yep. All right, I want to show this video. I want to get into a little bit about what's going on with Russia, Ukraine. You know, there's a lot of virtue signaling going on from companies. We talked about what the U.S. is doing with the gas thing. I feel like the oil thing. I feel like that's a virtue signal.
U.S. government.
Yeah.
At
But
this point,
the one UFC fighter who I think he had a fight this weekend.
Yeah, he
and they
did.
were talking to him about it.
He
Did you
won,
guys see this
too.
clip? Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
15-0 right now.
Yeah.
He's from Arkansas or something.
I was gonna say somewhere down south. Yeah, I think
Somewhere.
so. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, somewhere with an A. I was gonna say Alabama, but it might be Arkansas.
Yeah, but this was a pretty dope clip of him
Well, I just
talking
wanted
about
to get your thoughts on the whole Russia and Ukraine situation.
You know, here's my first thought is I'm not going nowhere to fight none of these wars for these politicians. I'm staying at home, and when the war comes to Arkansas, I will dig my boots in the ground, and I will die for everything I love, and I will not retreat. If this country's invaded and everybody's saying, well, we gotta evacuate, we gotta leave, I will not. I will dig my boots in the Arkansas soil, and I will fight for the people.
First of all, could you even see that happening in America? Like, I'm just saying, like, the idea of, like, we got to evacuate.
I want to say no, but there was a poll that just came out, I think today or yesterday, that said what party would stay and fight and what party wouldn't.
And what was it? I guarantee.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah, because once I said it, then I thought about everyone who's like wearing masks in their car by themselves, and I said, "Oh, those are all going to be all the people that are
evacuating."
They're not all Republicans. That's Democrats that's doing that.
No,
some Republicans going to be running too.
And then I thought about all the people that live in like major cities that have like 14 cats and like eat at vegan restaurants and watch Sex in the City. Like those are going to be the people that are like. You know what's funny is like when you think about how I forget who I was talking to about this, but like how you don't hear no feminists complaining about being evacuated from Ukraine.
Oh snap! Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because they evacuated all the women, but men had to stay and fight.
Yeah, between 18.
You didn't hear no feminists tweeting about this is unequal.
They're
trying to act like they're staying though. They're trying to. That's their.
Those
that's
fake
their story.
Those fake pictures of what was it, Miss Ukraine? Yeah. Miss Ukraine had like they showed a picture of Miss Ukraine with a rifle. And it was like she turned in her crown for a rifle. Wow. And then she tweeted and was like, that's an old picture from 4 years ago, and it's an airsoft gun.
Don't fall.
She was like, I am not joining any military. But this is what they are doing all that. Again, lying.
I love for the land that I love and the way of life that I love, but I'm not going overseas to fight. I don't know what's going on, to be honest, brother. I really don't. There's so much stuff, and I don't think nobody knows what's going on fully. There's been so much political corruption in that area. You got Biden and his son making a shit ton of money.
Cut them off.
Bars. They're people. That's treasonous, in my opinion. So you got Hunter Biden and his son using our tax dollars. Hey, if Ukrainian government, if you don't do this, we're taking your tax dollars.
Can you pause it for a second? Because
I'm surprised they didn't cut the feed.
I was gonna say some news stations cut the feed.
Yeah,
this is the stuff like because you're starting to see this a lot more. But back in our day, right, with sports, there was none of this.
Nope.
Yeah.
None of it. Maybe like one or two sprinkled in there, but majority none of this going on.
But you know why?
Muhammad Ali.
Because it was harder.
It was harder to know what was going on.
It was harder
because the internet.
Nobody knew. Mm-hmm. Like he was, and he's even saying like, I don't know what's going on over there. Saying in a sense like, what they're telling me,
right?
I don't believe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Back in our think about our day, Desert Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember being in 8th grade watching that. I mean, General Schwarzkopf's son was in my class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
he came to the school.
Yeah. Like, and I remember like all the propaganda around that war in Kuwait and everything.
Yeah.
And just like believing like, we gotta go there. And
had the shirt. It was a yellow, wasn't it? A yellow ribbon or something like that.
Yeah. But we didn't have the internet to really know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? All we could do was trust the news and trust what they were telling us, and you felt like you were being informed.
Yeah, they brainwash you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they make you
Narrative.
feel a certain way.
Yep.
Tell
With
the
them
story.
feelings again.
Get your emotions stirred up.
Broadcast.
Yeah. I did a freaking Gifted and Talented project on Desert Storm. Remember the movie I made where I played Saddam Hussein?
Oh boy!
Did you ever watch that, John?
Where is the tape on
I
that?
still have it. I still have it.
Bring it in.
It's
You
on
gotta bring it
VHS.
in.
It's
I
on
was gonna say,
VHS.
you got to transfer it, man. We need to see
That
that.
was the thing we were filming when I burned the dude's fence down. By accident, because we were doing like we were acting out the movie, right? So we would do like the scenes. It was funny as heck. We would act out the scenes, and then we would do a pan out to like a like he had a big sand area in his backyard. Like the desert, right? And then we had like little army toys and like a battlefield, and we would blow them up with like firecrackers. So we would do the scene, and I would like throw a grenade, right?
Fire department came.
Yeah, and I would throw a grenade, and it would land like he had like a little playground, so we would be like running around the playground, and then one of them would dive, and a grenade would fall, and then we would pan out to the thing, and then we'd explode and blow up two soldiers.
Like, so you was doing
creative,
6 ABC stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? As a kid.
That was what isn't that what CNN was doing?
Yeah,
The
CNN.
same
Yeah.
CNN was doing the same.
They had helmets.
Yeah. But anyway, so I remember when we were done filming, and one of the firecrackers was left. I lit it and threw it, and it went into some dry leaves, and it went up like so fast, and then all the leaves around just went up, and then like the fence went up, and we brought the hose out, was trying to put it out. We put it out, but the neighbor had called the fire department, and then like I had to go to like one fire counseling class. Yeah.
They some snitches.
But anyway, yeah.
That kind of reminds me of what happened with Muhammad Ali. It's kind of the same stance. He didn't want to fight.
Yeah, because of what he was going through here. He was saying that
I don't want to fight the white man's war.
Yeah. And no,
he said it a little.
Well, because he was under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad at the time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Where the white man is the devil.
The honorable.
Except for the white women that I impregnate with my seed, but the white man is the devil. But Muhammad Ali, again, he came up in a time where all the news had to do was slander him. And people went with that narrative. Like, it was harder for people to really know the true story about Vietnam. We didn't know about the Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't know about that stuff. Yep. I only learned about that a few years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Doing research.
Doing our own research.
Wanting to know more about it.
And
Like, are
then
we
finding
being
out that was Jim Morrison's dad on
Yeah.
that vessel. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a coincidence.
Nah.
But let's keep playing what he was saying.
Country anyway. We got veterans out here sleeping on the street, and you're going to give our freaking tax dollars to these Ukrainians and all. Brother, I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm not going over there and fighting. And God bless anybody that's over there fighting. And I hope that this shit just gets solved. And man, I don't like war. You know what I mean? I don't want people dying and all that stuff. I don't want to be, but I don't know what's going on. There's so much stuff that I think that's corrupted that we just don't know what's truly going on over there. And I pray all those people are safe.
Well, I just wanted
Bars, man.
Bars.
My man was just over there dropping it on them. But yeah.
Bombs.
And he's right. Everything that he's saying is right. We don't know what's going on over there. And everyone's virtue signaling. They're telling us that we need to do this, support Ukraine. And then when you see it, like, and again, a lot of the black people that I talk to outside of y'all are just like, kind of being woken up too, because it's like, wait, so y'all want me to support Ukraine blindly, but then I'm watching these Twitter clips, because y'all not showing it on the news, of Africans not being allowed on trains and on buses, and the way they're treating them. It's like, wait a minute, so why do I just blindly support these people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And again, it's to trigger you.
Yeah.
Y'all just we keep talking about feelings, right? These emotions, and again, like, he's not being pulled into the rhetoric, right? What he's saying. I wanted to read Proverbs 16:32. It says, "Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city." And I think that's even talking about like war.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
So we can't just be going off of what's right and what's wrong and then be pulled into our anger. And you look at the whole social justice stuff that's going on. That's what they're doing. What's right, what's wrong to you. But there's a lot of times we don't understand there's a greater measure that we can't see.
Yeah.
Meaning there's a greater level of judgment that we might not be seeing. And if we get caught up in how we feel about it,
Right.
we might miss it. And that's what happens a lot of times.
When you say social justice, I just think about think about all those clips of those viral clips of like people so not in control of their emotions that they can't control them, so they could just go crazy at like these speeches or at these
when Trump
events. Any you
when
name
Ruth
it.
Bader Ginsburg died.
Yeah, or just like out if someone's speaking somewhere and they don't like that they're speaking
On
somewhere, they're just
campuses.
out there losing their minds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, going crazy. I just saw a video of this girl. She's like, I think she was still in high school. I think she was 17, but she's like a gender whatever pronoun person, and she's screaming at people, like just screaming, going crazy.
Yeah.
And she don't know what she got her stomach out, like
demon
overweight,
pronoun.
Demon, attack helicopter.
But here's another one I want to read real quick that goes along with it. No, James 1:19. Know this, beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear. Right? And we were just talking, quick to hear is to pay attention, right?
Yeah.
Be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger.
I was thinking about that when you read the other one.
For that, the anger of a man does not produce the righteousness of God. So, and think of what's right? But true righteousness, it's so funny because the Bible, Jesus said this. He said that the Holy Spirit's coming, right? I'm leaving. And you got to understand, why don't we see Jesus? Because we're not supposed to see him because we got to believe, right? Faith. If he's here, then what do I got to believe for?
That's what he told Thomas.
Right? That's what he told. Blessed are those who see and don't. Blessed are those who don't see and believe, right? So he says, I'm going so that I can send the Spirit, right? And that's even connected to what we talked to earlier about like understanding his love for us, right? Because he's not going to leave us orphaned, but he's going to love us through the Spirit of God so he can teach us how to love each other. Right. So James is talking to the brothers, like, understand, you got to get this, right? Be quick to hear, but be slow to speak and be angry, right? Be slow to speak and be angry when you really don't know what you're talking about. Right. 'Cause you might see it in your own eyes and want to judge it from your own eyes. But what God does is the Holy Spirit came, Jesus said this, to do three things: to convict us of our sin, to convict us of righteousness, and then convict us of judgment. And what that looks like with God is that first he's going to convict us of what we're dealing with in our own hearts and how we've been doing what we thought was right, but it ain't right.
Yeah.
How we've been doing this thing that we wasn't even paying attention to, right? And he checks us on it, right? It's not like he's trying to hit us over the head. He's just hitting our heart. And now we're open to where we were just moving in a way where we weren't even paying attention to it before, right? He stops us in our tracks because he loves us. And so the next part is, now, are you going to take that conviction and then try to fix it yourself?
Yeah.
Because now you're how you going to fix it? Like, how is a kid, when a father tells you you're doing it wrong, how's that kid going to do it right when he don't know how to do it? Right? So that's what we do with God. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Oh, now I'm judging it by my own mind of how to do it right when I'm doing it wrong because you don't know how to do it.
Right.
So now you got to be convicted of his righteousness. And his righteousness is you got to come into his place of righteousness. That's a heavenly thing, right? So that's why only those who accept God into their hearts and seek him in spirit now can come into the truth, right? True righteousness. Because anger, it doesn't have to. If you're angry, you've judged things. Not to say we can't get angry, but what I'm saying is that if we allow that to rule our lives, where I settle myself and no, you're wrong, and I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Now you set up a precedent. Now you set up, just like in court, right? There's a precedent, right? There's precedents. Thank you. You set it up where this is what it is. This is what it's settled to be, and that becomes the rule, right? That becomes the measure of rule, for everything. But God says, I'm breaking that, right, so that you can come into a greater measure. And that's how we love greater. So now where my judgment was like this, right? Where I'm like, if you don't fit into this little area, I'm judging you, right? Now he just expands our measure, right, of judgment more and more. Because every time we deal with somebody that gets on our damn nerves, we were just talking about this earlier. Yeah. Like, all right, God, show me how to love them, right? Now we're activating his righteousness, because by righteousness, he died for us, right? And through faith, we're righteous, right? So the just live by faith. So I believe now that's trust in the Father, because the Son came so that I could see the Father, right? So now I'm looking at it like, I know I'm mad, but I know that there's a way I might not be seeing this, right? There's a greater way that I might not be seeing this, but I'm so mad because how can somebody act the way they're acting? Right. But there's a reason why they're acting the way they're acting deep down inside. And if I just settle it, I can never reach them. Right. Because I just say, oh, they're just an asshole. You know what I mean? Now, okay, you settled it in your life. You're not going to be able to reach them. But if we can say they're acting like an asshole, but God, show me why they act that way. Show me what's going on there, right? And let me pray for them. I know there's hope there. See, now I'm activating. He died for each and every one of us, right? So he died for us in hope. And so now it changes our perspective. We grow in our judgment for people to where we have more of an acceptance for them and God, right? Not an acceptance for them to just settle on who they are, but an acceptance for them to know that who they are isn't who they're going to be. Right. Right. And we can speak that. Now we're coming into prophecy, because now if I go to God, now I can see them in a way that I couldn't see them before, because how I seen them was limited, right? And caused me to have judgment and wrath, anger for them and judge them. Right. Now, but when I go to God, he gives me, he expands me, right? And that's even connected to blessed are those, that word for blessed, right? Blessed are those who don't see yet believe, that means to be expanded, right? I'm expanded in my level of acceptance, right? For things where I wouldn't accept it. Like I put boundaries up. You come into this boundary, I'm coming at you, right? I lived in Camden. People used to park inside my parking spot, like inside my driveway, block me all the time. God had to teach me how to not get pissed off, right? And y'all know, I used to complain about it all the time. I had to learn how to accept them, but also teach, like give people, like accept them, but also like set up boundaries, right? But love them in it. You get what I'm saying? Like, because you have to set up boundaries, but you got to love people through it. Yeah. Right? Because then that's what changes things. You can't, if I snap at them, like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? See, now nobody's listening to you, right? So he teaches us how to expand our territory of acceptance for where people are, but not acceptance for where they'll be, right? And then prophecy, how we see them in God, shifts the way we saw them before, right? And now we can speak that over their lives, and we can speak to them in that way. How we see them now and we didn't see them before. Right. If that makes sense. I'm like trying, and then that becomes the judgment or the acceptance or the conviction for people, where now we can treat them in a good way, right? The goodness of God, and they can feel that, right? Like I can say something to somebody like, yo, you shouldn't do this. and I can explain to them why. But it's not in an anger way. It's in a, but it's okay. You know, I get it. Like, there's so many times, like, I would be mad and I snap on somebody and then God would check me. You know what I mean? But then it'd be another time. Now I'm learning, right? So now I deal with the same thing. Somebody's blocking my parking spot or not my driveway. And then I can talk to them like, listen, you're blocking me. I can't get out if you block me. And then I got to try to find you. That's why it can be an issue, you know, and talk to them in a way where, oh, okay. And sometimes people just know and they know they're wrong, right? But you confront them with that and then they won't do it the next time, right? And they're checked, right? They're convicted. Because I don't want to make somebody feel horrible and like they're the scum of the earth, right? I just want them to know my boundary so that they don't cross it again, and then we start to learn how to live with one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it, man. Well, so yeah, you going in on that teaching, but bring that back to what, like, tie that into what we were just like. What is, because you got that from the video we were just watching. So tie that back in somehow, because you just kind of went all the way to a different direction.
Yeah, but it's not. The reason why I went there is because it's y'all were. I was talking about it, but y'all kept bringing it back. Simone just brought it back about the feelings,
right,
and about the anger, right, and with the video, they're trying to get a reaction out of him, right, and he's saying, "No, I'm going to stand my ground," right.
But I'm not going to be pulled emotionally into something.
Not going to be pulled emotion. Right. I'm not going to be.
So that's the tie. And that's what I'm saying. So when you read those two scriptures to show where it says that in the Bible about not to be quick to anger, not to be ruled by your emotions, basically.
Right. But and then also to take it a step further, where if you trust in God, He'll give you the love you don't have.
Right.
And that's really what the blessing is, because it gives you an expansion of where you weren't able to do it before.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Cool. All right. So I want to keep going through some stuff. Moan sent this. I thought he sent this to me. And this goes into like a lot of the virtue signaling. Yeah. And of course, you know, Babylon Bee, if you guys don't know, they're a satire website, supposed to be Christian based. I don't really know how much that applies, but they put up this tweet, Russia removed from Apple Maps. You know what I mean? So they literally took Russia off the map. Yeah, because what is everyone doing?
Everyone is cutting off Russia.
Everyone's doing
these, man.
and people see this and they're like, "Oh, that's so ridiculous. Why would anyone?" Like, you guys are taking it too far. Like, no, it's funny because you know why? They're satiring real life stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a couple other articles that I was going to show to show why this is not that far from reality.
Right.
Okay. So we got FIFA. FIFA 22 removes all Russian clubs and players.
The game.
EA Sports
The
has
PlayStation
removed
game.
EA Sports has removed Russian players and clubs. So even if a Russian player is not on a Russian club, they're not in the game. It's just going to be a blank name.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Now, if you had the disc of the game, they wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
But because it's downloaded.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Centralized. You see?
Control it.
Can control it, man.
Yep.
And then we have here. Oh, no. Let me not show that. That's for later. What did I have? Oh, local bar pours out Russian vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Calls for valley-wide boycott. Like, this is the type of stuff people are doing to virtue signal.
Yeah,
Netflix is suspending service in Russia to
yeah.
protest the invasion of Ukraine.
Yep.
So it's like the Babylon Bee article. Like, yeah, it's satire and it's ridiculous, but it's also not that far.
Not that far, because look how far they're going.
Yeah.
To do it.
And there's way more stuff that I could have found where it's like just dumb.
Stuff that don't matter.
Yeah, like there's.
But
go ahead.
Again, look at what's you're seeing what's happening. You're drawing conclusions, right? And that's the other point I was making with him, because he's like, I'm not going to get caught up. I'm not going to draw conclusions because stuff don't seem right. There's stuff going on that don't make no sense, right, on both sides, Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
Right, and you can't just take it from face value.
Yeah. Yeah. Another one, supermarkets remove Russian vodkas from shelves. It's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch. So we want to get into this other stuff. I mean, I wanted to get into this parental rights and education bill. Do you guys hear about this?
Oh yeah, in Florida.
In Florida, yeah. You hear about that bill they passed?
I don't know the details of it. I heard about it, but I didn't.
So we talked about this before, like trying to legislate righteousness is never going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just wanted to highlight this because of the way politics work. Like we said, the manipulation. So the legislation in Florida is trying to pass this bill. Well, it just got passed actually, where they're denying schools the ability to teach certain things in their curriculum when it comes to gender, sex, and like LGBTQ issues to students 8 and below.
Yeah,
like
keeping it a secret type of thing. Like,
no, not only that. It's also about certain curriculum things, like not being able. It's like not allowing them to keep things from parents, not allowing parents to. It's about allowing parents to know what's being taught in the curriculum.
Right.
Like basically taking away the veil of secrecy that a lot of these teachers hide behind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's for students 8 and below. You know. So
it was K to 3, right?
Yeah. So
that's young as heck.
Yeah.
Grade.
So of course the Democrats, attack it by deeming it the "Don't Say Gay" bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what does that sound like? It sounds like homophobia. You know what I mean? So that's what they want to try to frame it as. When it's like they even go into. So then the Republicans counter that by calling it the grooming bill. The no grooming bill. You know what I mean? So it's like this game that they play like with words to try to get people on board with the bill, but it's really. If they would have just left it what it is, the parental rights, because it's like you're allowing parents the ability to know what's being taught to their kids and keeping certain things out of the curriculum
for a certain
age because you don't want them to have the right to teach your kids about those things yet
at that age.
I think that's a low age. Like my daughter's 9.
Yeah.
I don't want her learning about that stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what
Exactly. I mean? So they passed this bill today, and
but it's everywhere. Like kids see it.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So on the parent side, you should be having these conversations with your kids.
Right.
Like if you don't agree with it, you should be having these conversations.
Right. But it's also, there was other things in there about, because, there's a lot of schools across the country, they're telling teachers that if kids do come to them saying that they identify a certain way, or if they bring up these issues, not to talk to the parents about it.
Yeah.
To keep
right.
it secret.
Yeah.
So this bill is to counteract that as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For those age ranges.
Right.
And it's also about having transparency for parents to know if these things are in the curriculum. You know what I mean? So because a lot of times they're inserting these things in the curriculum, the parents don't know about it.
Right.
We've shown that a bunch of times about schools showing inappropriate things to kids, weird topics to young kids, and
disgusting.
As a parent, if you found out about that after the fact, you'd be pissed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it has nothing to do with "Don't Say Gay," which is the point.
Right.
But this is a clip of Ron DeSantis being asked about it.
Does it say that in the bill? Does it say that in the bill? I'm asking you to tell me what's in the bill, because you are pushing false narratives. It doesn't matter what critics say.
Well, it says it bans classroom instruction on sexual identity and gender orientation.
For who? For grades pre-K through 3. So 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds. And the idea that you wouldn't be honest about that and tell people what it actually says It's why people don't trust people like you, because you peddle false narratives. And so we disabuse you of those narratives.
I like that guy.
And we're going to make sure that parents are able to send their kid to kindergarten without having some of this stuff injected into their school curriculum.
Right. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with that?
Shout out to Wilmer. He's in that state.
Wilmer's in that state. Is he watching right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's check out this.
I think I may have a way to get an answer. There are a lot, and Senator Diaz, I think it is in response to something you said. There are a lot of mature subjects that should not be discussed in the K through third grade. Senator Diaz mentioned suicide, potential suicide of a parent, and how that would be addressed. Of course, that should not be discussed. So why is that not prohibited? Why is drug use discussion not prohibited? The issue here is, why is gender identity and sexual orientation specifically prohibited when there are so many other very difficult, mature subjects that are not exempted in this?
Because those subjects are not being brought up to kids.
Right.
Those subjects are not being pushed in curriculum.
Yeah.
We don't see those. We don't see them handing out pamphlets and books to kids on how to kill yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is the play. This is the pushback always.
Right.
You know?
Law.
It's the same thing why they want to get rid of the Constitution. It's not meant to be a restriction on citizens.
Yeah.
It's meant to be restrict your government.
Right.
Because your rights are limitless.
Your rights are given to you by God.
By God, yeah. So it's too many to list.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, this is what your government can't do.
Can't do.
To
right.
you.
Everything else, they're not going to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're right, guys.
Thank you. The reason, it's an endless list of things that you could list as far as challenges to young people. We are in a trending posture right now where, my son's a psychiatrist, and I said, why is everybody now all about coming out when you're in school? And there really is a dynamic of concern of how much of this are genuine type of experiences and how many of them are just kids trying on different kinds of things they hear about and different kinds of identities and experimenting.
It's always the worst when you have old guys trying to explain stuff because they just they just don't know how to make it slap the way it needs to. Just they're just trying on different things and
because it's foreign.
Yeah.
To him.
That's what kids do, maybe they're in this club or they're in that club or they're on to this. And they're trying on all these different identities of life, trying to see where they fit in. And I said, am I crazy or what? All of a sudden, we're having all these issues come up about this topic of their sexuality and gender. And I said, I don't understand why that's such a big wave right now. And he said, Dad, all the professionals don't agree, but in fact, it's a real trend of change. I just read an article this week. We're trying to all figure out why this is happening. Some of it is, I'm sure, cultural shift of what's accepted and that kind of thing. But I know some of it is just the confusion that kids go, particularly when you get to middle school and high school.
All right, I can't listen to this guy. We get it.
We got you.
They're debating why this happens, but we know there's a clear push. Like, how many teachers have we seen? Libs of TikTok does a great job of exposing a lot of these teachers who are openly talking about how they teach their kids, talking about kindergartners, talking about first graders, second graders, how they teach them these things, how they came out to their classroom, bragging about how they teach them about pronouns.
I take down the American flag, but you can say the Pledge of Allegiance to another flag. Disturbing stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of that, let's play
That's
this
how
one.
we should, get down with yourself, explore your own body. Masturbation is really healthy, and I recommend it to people of all ages. All ages. As soon as my nephews could talk, they were doing that. That's what they were doing. Kids touch themselves. kids start to ask questions, and we teach them the language for their bodies, right? That's your nose, touch your nose, show Aunt T you can touch your nose. But my sister's not saying that when they're tugging at their penis, right? But it feels good, right? We have to learn ways to talk to young people about this so that they know how to explore their body consensually so that it's not in public, right? We don't want people exploring their bodies in public. That's not consensual. But exploring your body at any age, grandmas, grandpas, all of us need to be exploring our body. That's how we
So this woman,
Grandma and grandpa are adults.
Yeah. This woman is running a sexy summer camp for children in Kentucky. She says she thinks it's a good it's good for toddlers to masturbate.
That's sick. Isn't that sick?
But this is what I'm saying.
Twisted.
So
so you're teaching them
that it's good for them.
Yeah, it's another level of depravity.
Yeah.
So when you
That's
say
exactly what it
when you say that there is no need for these type of things, it's like you're lying.
So hold up. Like she's running this camp, right? A little kid is not gonna know anything.
Is this pedophilia in a sense? Because
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're teaching them and you're in the room, it's like a classroom environment.
Yeah.
Are you in there and the baby is
Bro,
the baby?
I don't have the answers, Sway. I don't have the answers, Sway. Like I can't give you that answer, bro.
You know what you do?
You asking me
Go
like I
sign
know.
up. You take a trip to Kentucky. Go sign up and take
All
your
I
class.
know is, that's a place where no kid should be ever.
Yeah, at all.
If you're sending your kids there, like that's child abuse.
It is,
and I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of kids. It's the fringe, that are doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Because especially as Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky's not playing that too much. But yeah, I mean, and how many videos have we shown from Libs of TikTok, showing that they're pushing this towards kids? How many pamphlets and books have we shown where they're teaching little kids about their body and how to masturbate? Remember the cartoon we showed on here the one time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was cringy as heck. And then there's the other side of it that I wanted to show this because there's this other thing that's happening in the black community where it's like there's this push to feminize black men so much, man. And I saw this tweet and it says, "Black men embracing femininity is so important. Lakeith Stanfield looks amazing, period." You guys know who this is, right?
No.
You know who it is. Look.
Wait, the up dude? Wait, is it up? No, not up.
Oh, okay. He's an actor.
The actor, yeah.
Why'd I say up?
From
Us?
No, he was in the other one.
The other
one. Get Out. He was in Get Out.
Yeah.
And he was in Atlanta, ATL.
Really?
He's in that black KK, the KKK movie. Right? Wasn't he in that?
I don't know.
The black KKK, Black Klansman. Wasn't he in
Black
Black Klansman?
I don't know. He's in a few movies.
And I didn't see Up or Us. Or
No,
whatever.
he wasn't he in that movie where he was like an FBI informant?
That's Clint. Oh.
No, that was a newer one.
Probably. He's been in a bunch of movies. Yeah. But anyway.
Really though?
You
can embrace femininity by loving your wife. Right?
It's just crazy to me how it seems like that is being pushed to the forefront more than anything. And it's not just with black men, because you see it, it's celebrities, period. They want to show celebrities, in that way.
Will Smith's son wearing dresses.
But in one sense, I think it's good, because people who have these boundaries, right, who are like, hold up, like, the what do you always say, Jamie?
What? I don't know.
The spell.
The
spell is being broken.
The wizardry,
Yeah, the witchcraft, the spell is being broken because now you're not just blindly just looking at what everybody's doing and just
following
like,
trends.
And again, those become your idols. We talked
Right.
about this earlier in the podcast. You're looking at these things, and then you measure yourself to these things, or you measure others to these people, right? And how they act and how they look, and now you're like, hold up. Like when it becomes too abrupt, and that's what's happening to a lot of people. It becomes too abrupt, and now people are checking. Like,
Yeah.
wait, I can't let my kids listen
Yeah.
to this, watch this stuff.
No, my kids
You
can't.
know?
Yeah. You can't
And-
look up to this person because this is what they're pushing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting, man. Like, it seems like the more and more we just allow anything to go, they keep pushing the line further and further and further.
Freaky diggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important to see it though. Like,
Yeah.
this is what it looks like when you have no standards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you've gone
Yeah.
so far. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to see it, because then you know, like, now you know where to draw the line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a whole different story when you're in Iran or Saudi Arabia and they got laws against it,
Yeah.
and then you got people hiding, right? Or even in America back, you had people hiding,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, you gotta sneak around. But
Yeah.
at least now, like, when it's out in the open, we can. I'm not saying that it's good, but I'm
Right.
just saying that now you can see it,
You can see it.
and it can become clear, and you can make a clear line between.
The problem is that
It's the push.
yeah, and the fact that so many people are afraid to draw that line, that they keep allowing the line to get pushed further. And I think what you're stating about those that have to hide, the agenda is for those that have to hide from the things that they really don't want to hide from. They want the line to get pushed all the way there,
Right.
which is what we're talking about with the camps and this agenda to sexualize children and all of these things. Like, I honestly think that the idea is so that those people don't have to hide anymore.
Right, but that's why you can't fight a fight with anger and
Emotion.
emotion and being appalled.
Yeah.
Right. You fight it with love, and what love does is it stands its ground, and it pushes back in love, not in a way where you're angry. Again, not in a way where you're angry, but you stand your ground. Because again, what religion does is religion tries to kill everything that looks nasty.
Yeah.
That's not love. Like, so what happens is you kill the people along with the demonic crap that's inside of them, right?
Yeah.
There has to be a separation. Love is what can separate, right? The word of God is a sword, and the way we wield that sword is through love.
Yeah.
If we wield it in the wrong way, we're gonna destroy people along with it. And I think that's what God's teaching us. Like, what are you gonna do? What's gonna be your option? You gonna fight? You're gonna go to war over this in your own way?
Yeah.
Because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go to war in your own way, or you're gonna learn how to love people, right? And does that mean that they're gonna push on you? Yeah. Right. Think back to Sodom, right?
Mom posted that in the chat.
She just said that.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, you think back to Sodom. They were pushing on Lot trying to get in the house. They were pushing on him trying to take advantage of him, right? That's
he even offered his daughters up instead,
right?
Which was super weird.
But see, like, you can't stop that from happening.
Yeah.
But you can be integral. You can. That's what righteousness is about. It's loving and not allowing it to go any further, but in love, you know. And you can't lash out. And so I think we're learning that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to deal with this stuff.
Yeah. And lashing out is not going to work because, like we said, on the other side of things, look how they lash out.
Mm-hmm.
Look how they lash out against all the things that they feel are oppressive or, patriarchy or fascist or whatever. Like, they lash the
Right.
hell out.
Or are we gonna be like?
Are we gonna be them?
No, I'm saying, are we gonna be like a what's it called? Sharia law state?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ilhan Omar is
Right. All over that.
Her section of Minnesota, they are trying to implement that. You know.
All right. See, we're gonna be a Sharia law state where it's like off with your head if you do these things.
Right.
You know, is one better than the other?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
All right, man. I know we had some other stuff to get to. We might have to save that for a Patreon or next week because we already at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Damn.
It's about to be 11.
Wow.
So,
this was good.
That's what happens when you get going.
Yeah, man. And we ended up landing on something that needed to be touched on, you know, so that's always good. But, you know, we got to some good funny bits too and some weird stuff. So it was a good episode. Appreciate y'all. Wilmer was blowing up the chat. I didn't even see it because we were so deep. But he had a lot of comments. Shout out to Wilmer, man. Appreciate you jumping on late. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It was another good episode, another good conversation. Listen, if you guys really want to support this, what we do, what we talk about, what we're trying to bring to the forefront, the spells that we're trying to be broken by what we're talking about, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/youngliontv. I'm going to bring it up again because you guys can sign up and become a member. Go to the tiers. Hold on. There you go. Sign up right there if you want to become a member on our Patreon, and you can, support what we got going on. Again, everything goes to us just building this pride of the Young Lions, this kingdom that we're trying to manifest here. And if you want to donate, we got the Cash App. It's just Young Lion TV on Cash App. And don't forget Chatan.com. Also, if you want to get merch and music, we got a bunch of new music we're working on. We're working on a lot of new things. We're going to be doing some live streaming. We're going to be doing some stuff for Twitch only. So shout out to the people on Twitch who have been subscribing. We're going to do some Twitch only stuff. We're going to do some Patreon only stuff. I promise you, Jake's going to do some videos. He got a new camera that he's about to start busting out, doing some new videos.
Oh, camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Jamie.
He's going to.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to start doing some of these breakdowns, man. Because there's so. You've broken down so many movies to us and how they relate to God. Yeah. You gotta do videos on them, man. I'm telling you.
You're right.
Like that's a whole series. They're just movies.
I forgot about the Peter Pan.
Yeah. There's a lot. I think if you go back through like a lot of stuff that you've written down, like there's a lot of movies that you've referenced. Mm-hmm. And then there's songs. I know there's so much stuff. But
you gotta buy the DVDs.
Yeah. But we got to get that content going, man, because I know that stuff is going to be helpful for a lot of people, man. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. This has been another good one. Thank you, John, for your work over there, man. Yeah. Good job tonight. There was no hiccups, except for you going upstairs for a little bit, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
I went outside.
Oh, you went outside? Oh, okay. My bad. That was okay.
I had the
handling
hiccups.
something else.
Jamie had to tell me, yo, can you take that off the screen?
Yeah, but I don't count that because he don't know what he's doing. So it's all good.
And then he put the wrong window up when I came back.
Did he?
He had it on if Wilmer were to join.
Oh,
he had it on one of those windows. Luckily,
did Wilmer jump in on the rendezvous? Okay.
No, but luckily nothing popped up.
Okay.
Really?
Well, it's all good. Thank you, Mom, Wilmer, everybody, Emma, Ariana, everybody who's been chiming
DeSantis for president.
Yeah, he said DeSantis. Ashley.
I agree.
Linda Senkowicz said, hi, guys.
Hey,
what's up?
Linda.
But yeah, we're going to get out of here, guys. Hope you all have a great week. And we will see you guys next week. God bless everybody. We out.
Young lion, go live, yeah. Young lion, you rich, yeah. This kingdom has room, yeah. Go and fight people in.